Hello everyone, my name is Cadens, and welcome back to more Paranormasight. Last time, found out a lot about you now, didn't we? And also got a curse of our own when we were playing as Avi. But this time, well, I guess we're just continuing. Let me make sure everything's up and running for the stream. Everything looks good here. Alright, let's get to it, shall we? We are in the middle of playing as a Yumeko, and there you are, Soto. Seems we've already checked all that. All right, let's get back to it. Let's talk about reason for visiting.
So, anyway, what are a couple of paranormal affairs officials doing on Kamishima? Working a case, of course. What else? Our job is to resolve incidents caused by curses and paranormal phenomena, and whenever possible, wherever possible, prevent them from occurring. It's up to us to solve the greatest mysteries and do whatever it takes to keep the peace, which is usually a lot. Wait, does that mean something's happened here? You don't know, huh? Know what? Sounds like we better fill you in a bit first. We're working several cases right now, but I'd say only 2 of them are priority. 2. Mind you, we've known about the first one for quite some time. The Curse of the Raging Waves. We've come to lift it before it unleashes a huge storm on the southern sea of Kamishima. The Curse of the Raging Waves? That's right. Ever heard of it? No, never. That's to be expected. I imagine the islanders aren't too fond of discussing the disaster. Anyhow, that situation is ongoing. As for the other priority case... Right, you mentioned there were 2? We actually only learned about this one after we arrived on the island today, but... Protocol dictates that we have to deal with any 800-year immortals we find. What do you mean by deal with? It's not all that difficult to understand. To begin with, 800-year immortals shouldn't exist in this world. And if their existence were to become public knowledge, it would lead to an outbreak of trouble of every kind.
Yeah.
Heck, some people are already looking to gain immortality for themselves at any cost. What? For the sake of maintaining public order, it's vital that the world remains convinced immortality is just a myth. However... So, stop her!
Kurt. Halt. Nope.
Can't you just let me go? Calm down, will you? I hadn't finished. What I was going to say was, I've got no intention of doing anything with you, so don't worry. Wait, really? Surprised? But you should know better than anyone why that should be. You might be an 800-year immortal, but your time's nearly up.
Oh. Wow.
These eyes never lie.
Oh. That's why you can tell, because the eyes.
Sato Shiranami, for the first time in centuries, you're standing on death's door. In a matter of a few days, you'll be gone from this world. Am I right?
Oh, so she doesn't have long at all. Interesting.
Yes, it's exactly as you say. I think... I've only got 2 days left now.
Oh.
Just 2 more, huh? So you knew this was coming, but you chose to make a life for yourself on the island even so. Yeah. I've known all along, from the moment I woke up. Well, now you know why I'm prepared to turn a blind eye.
Yeah, because I mean, if she's gonna die anyway, then why bother? You could probably just spin it as, oh, she just had health complications or just had a heart attack or something.
In just 48 hours, give or take, you'll fade away, and that will be that. Of course, you would have to swear to keep your identity a secret to the last. But provided you can keep your word, you're free to go. I can, and I will. Thank you. Don't thank me yet. There's another matter I'll be needing your help with, if I'm to leave you be. Another matter.
Interesting. So she doesn't have a lot of time.
Only 2 days left to live. What would it be like to greet death after living 800 years estranged from it? I can hardly imagine. It is surely beyond any mortal to understand.
Yeah.
But first, before I forget... Yes? Keep our meeting today a secret, and don't let on to anyone that you know about the curse of the raging waves. Okay. People will get suspicious otherwise. Even if Wakamura tells you about it, be sure to act surprised.
Okay.
I figure that shouldn't be too difficult for you. You're an experienced secret keeper, after all. I don't know about that, but I'll do my best.
Let's talk about you, Sato.
Oh, actually, talking about the Bureau of Onmyo brought back another memory. I'm pretty sure it was an Onmyoji who put me to sleep, using some kind of spell to keep me in a state between life and death. Really? So someone intentionally put you to sleep under the sea. There must have been a good reason for it. From what point are your memories clearest, would you say? Well... I guess about 3 months ago, when the spell keeping me in that state under the sea wore off. From when you woke up, then. I see. I know that look. Did you notice something?
Not exactly. It simply occurred to me that if her state of, shall we say, suspended animation was lifted while she was in the sea depths, would she not have drowned and resurrected several times over?
You know, he's got a point. Wouldn't she? I mean, the way that it works is that she can still die, it's just she'll immediately be resurrected. So yeah.
Oh, yeah, I did. It was hell. I woke up under the sea, unable to breathe, drowned, and came back. Over and over again.
Damn. That's horrifying.
It was horrible. And I still remember it. Every last second. Jeez, I'm sorry you had to go through that. The instant I came back, I'd swim as hard as I could, trying to reach the surface. But even so, I think it took me about 3 days to reach the shore.
I see.
I lost count of how many times I died down there.
That's horrifying.
And finally, I came into Kamishima Bay. Mr. Wakamura found me and took me in. I've been living here peacefully ever since. No one's even suspected I'm immortal. You're sure about that, are you? No one else knows? Huh? Yeah, I mean, I think so.
What?
Anyhow, I guess that settles the issue of how far back your memories go.
If I could look at the story chart without resetting everything, I would, but... Would she have talked to Wakamura at this point?
If your lifespan is nearly at an end, then that must mean you consumed the flesh of a mermaid exactly 800 years ago. Of course, you already knew that, didn't you? Not that you've been forthcoming about it. Sorry, I... Don't apologize. That just proves you know how to hold your tongue. A valuable skill when you've got a secret to keep. Mind you, this fact does put matters in a new light. Say, Soto, what events took place 800 years ago?
Let's see. 8 centuries ago from the present day. That would place us midway through the 1180s, when the Heian period was coming to an end. Right around when the Genpei War took place. Of course! The Heika!
Exactly. Don't you think there might be a connection?
Yeah. The curse. Do you think the way that the curse of the Heika is like after every certain amount of years or something?
By the way, you wouldn't happen to be concealing anything else, would you? Huh? No, I... It's fine. I'll not pry. Just so long as you answer my questions.
800-year immortals.
By the way, I was wondering... How did you know I was an 800-year immortal? Oh, that. These eyes of mine have what you might call a special ability. A special ability? If I look hard enough at someone, I can tell whether they're an ordinary human or an immortal. It's like you have a different colored aura about you.
I see.
Really? Not only that, but it turns out, with a bit of focus, even immortals can tell each other apart. Is that so? Is that so?
Wait. Not only that, but it turns out with a bit of focus, even immortals can tell each other apart. Is that so? Yumeko, you just talked to yourself.
Oh, I just meant you look the same as anyone else to me. I'm not an immortal myself, you know. Really, I thought for sure you must be, since you seem to know so much about all of this.
Nah. More speak.
I'm not an immortal myself, you know.
Oh, okay. Oh, what? Okay. Let's talk about the curse of the raging waves.
Right now, we're looking for a way to lift the curse of the raging waves. But that's Soto's area of expertise, so I'll leave the explanation to him.
Right. This concerns a legend passed down in my family, the Kiryu clan, over generations. Oh, I should mention, this is something I've pieced together from various sources, so it may not be entirely accurate.
Right.
Long ago, south of Kamishima, there was an island called Taishima. It is said that 400 years ago, it was beset by an earthquake and a tsunami in an event so catastrophic that the island sunk to the seafloor.
Taishima.
However, the truth of the matter is that it was invaded and laid waste to. Then, in the aftermath, the islanders' intense hatred coalesced into the curse of the raging waves, which manifested as a tremendous storm.
I see. 400 years ago. So this would have been toward the end of the Sengoku period, correct?
Yes, ma'am. The Honnoji incident, in which Oda Nobunaga ended his life, took place in 1582, if you recall. Following this event, one of my ancestors, an accomplished onmyoji by the name of Harukage Tsuchimikado, couldn't read that for a second, sacrificed a young woman, one of the survivors of Taishima, in order to steal away the source of the curse of the raging waves.
An onmyoji. Harukage Tsuchimikado. Wouldn't that make your ancestor a direct descendant of Abe no Seimei? Sounds to me like you share a bloodline with an onmyoji elite.
Yes and no. While Harukage's power were potent, he was never affiliated with the Bureau of Opium. Oh, excuse me. Excuse me. In fact, he shunned his illustrious surname early on and left the government service, preferring to uphold peace as a civilian.
Ah, so he was an eccentric and an elite. Gotcha.
Harukage's seal was not permanent, however. It would only endure for 4 centuries.
Wait, you mean...
Yeah, this was the last year of peace. Actually, the seal's already broken.
Isn't that really bad?
Yes.
For now, the curse appears to be inert, but the storm could strike at any moment.
Okay, so you need to find a way to steal the curse again, is that it? Not steal it, break it. We're here to put an end to this curse for good. Shouldn't be too difficult. It's bound to have weakened a bit after 400 years.
Indeed, that seems to have been Harukage's plan, for legend tells. That he left behind instructions detailing how the curse could be lifted after 400 years had elapsed. However, the map that would have led us to these instructions has been lost.
Yeah, we now know that the reason for that is because it's in Avi's hands. Avi's the one who has the instructions. So now, Soto and Yumeko somehow have to find a way to meet up with the Avi and Circe.
Oh no.
It seems they were once concealed inside a model of a mummified mermaid. Yet, over time, the sack was forgotten, and at some point in my family's history, the object in question was sold to a foreign buyer.
But if you don't have the map, then what are you gonna do?
Well, we were hoping to find some clue as to the map's whereabouts here on Kamishima.
But we've had no luck so far, and I reckon we've had a dead end. I see.
Okay, I just wanted to see if that changed yet.
Now there's something I'd like you to try and remember for me. Me, but... humor me. Doesn't the story behind the Curse of the Raging Waves ring any bells? Why should it?
The girl who was sacrificed in order to seal away the curse of the Raging Waves 4 centuries ago. Might that not have been you, Sato Shiranami?
What?
Yeah, I thought so as well.
You said yourself that it was an Onmyoji who put you in that state of deep slumber on the seafloor. Does it not seem highly probable that you are the sacrifice who has held back the curse for the past 400 years?
Oh man, you're right. That was me. I knew it.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I can't, no more. I can't do this anymore. What's the matter with you? Get a hold of yourself. Is that painful to remember? We didn't come here to ask you to sacrifice yourself again if that's what you're worried about.
All those years under the sea can't have been easy on her, you know. She wasn't really asleep. Her brain would still have been active. Moreover, there's a limit to how many memories the human brain can hold. I would estimate the maximum capacity to be about 100 years worth.
Are you saying she remembers being in that state under the sea?
In a sense, I presume her memory is filled with stretches of utter darkness, her view of the sea depths. Any memories from before that time have likely been pushed deep into her subconscious.
Then maybe they're not gone for good. There's a chance she'll remember more. We just need to find the right trigger. Sorry, I didn't mean to freak out on you like that. It took me a sec to get over the shock. Well, it seems my theory about you being the sacrifice was right on the money.
Yeah, I figured it was too when we put it all together.
But it doesn't look like you'll be able to tell us too much about the past after all.
Yeah, because of her memories buried that much.
Guess not. I wish I could have been more help.
It's alright. Any more?
But, does this mean the seal broke because I woke up?
I mean, wouldn't it have broken anyways?
We cannot be certain of that. Perhaps it was the other way around. The seal may have broken of its own accord, releasing you from your slumber.
That's what I think happened, honestly. I feel like, considering the curse was designed to be, like, considering the steel was designed to lift after 400 years, I don't think it was because of her waking up. I think she was guaranteed to wake up after 400 years. Just, it would coincidentally be at almost the same time as a seal breaking. So I don't think she's the reason it broke.
Either way, it's not your fault. Don't go blaming yourself for any of this. Still, if I hadn't... Listen, your sacrifice kept the Sentry at bay for 4 whole centuries. That's half of your extended lifespan. No one could ask you more of you than that. The rest is up to you, to Soto. Isn't that right?
Yes, but I'm counting on your help as well, ma'am. Please don't leave me to do everything. Please?
So, any chance you remembered something about the curse of the raging waves? Did the Onmyoji Harukage Tsuchimikado happen to tell you how it can be lifted? I'm sorry, all that's come back to me is the fact that I was sacrificed. I don't remember the Onmyoji at all, what kind of person he was, or anything. The most I can remember is that I think he said something about the curse being lifted after 400 years. That's all, huh? Well, be sure to let us know if you remember anything else that could help us break the curse. I will.
Yeah.
Oh, there's something else I'd like to ask you. Be my guest. How exactly do you deal with 800 years of your immortals?
Yeah, I was about to say, Sato made it sound like they have a way of, like, taking them out.
You sure you want to know? Huh? Since it's not going to happen to you, there's no reason for you to think about it. I thought it'd be something like taking away their immortality. Unfortunately, that's downright impossible.
Oh, okay.
Because your original body is long gone, you know? Then, what else can you do? You tell her, Soto.
Must I always be the one to handle these unpleasant topics?
I don't want to do it. You do it.
Why? You're the adult here. You're older than me, I'm pretty sure. Right? You're older than me, right? If you're not older than me, this is gonna be real bad for me. I'm 25, and you are... I'm going to say you're older than me. Besides, I see no point in explaining something that she is already painfully familiar with.
What do you mean?
Among the arts we psychics wield is a spell that can place even an immortal into a state of apparent death.
Oh.
Once that is done, they can simply be sealed in the underground vault for the rest of their days.
Wait, you mean it's the same thing that happened to me?
Oh, so we would just be putting her right back where she was.
Essentially, yes. Except that in your case, it was for the purpose of making you a sacrifice. And you woke up before your lifespan came to an end.
Yikes. Mind you, neither I nor Soto has ever actually done this to anyone. Though I did hear a rumor that someone was dealt with that way a few decades back.
Interesting. I wonder who that was.
Of course, there have been 800-year immortals who sought ways to become immortal again in the past. But they all failed. Even if they managed to track down the mermaid who gave them their immortality, it was no good.
I mean, it's because their body's gone.
That's why more than a few immortals have ended up living out their long lives in religious seclusion.
Yeah. Oh. I have to look at more dialogue. The Heika.
Alright, next question. You wouldn't happen to know much about the Heika, would you?
The thing we need to learn about is the curse of the Heika. That's the curse that's been going around killing everybody during the night. If we can figure out what its trigger is, then maybe we can prevent people from dying, or at the very least we can prevent Yuza from dying. Because I think, in order for a good ending in this game to happen, I feel like Yuza needs to live, because he has the blood of someone from like Taishima.
Heika? Why do you ask? This actually pertains to one of the other cases we're working on, but we've got reason to believe that someone out there is using the curse of the Heika to commit murder. The curse of the Heika? Did you hear about those skeletal remains that turned up near here? It was all over the news. Oh, yeah, I saw that.
Well, we suspect the curse of the Heika may be involved.
And seeing as you were alive 800 years ago, I was hoping you might know something about the Heika that could help us. If we're right in thinking that you had ties to the Bureau of Omnio, the timing matches up perfectly. I might have known once, but nothing's coming to me at the moment. Really. Shoot.
On that note, I too have noticed a potential correlation. There is a legend that tells how Taira no Tadamori was presented with the flesh of a mermaid at Betsuho. Perhaps that was the flesh of Sato consumed to gain her immortality.
Actually, I'm pretty familiar with that legend myself. And those so-called mermaids that were caught at Betsuho definitely weren't the kind that could make anyone immortal.
Oh, is that so?
But if you ask me, Sato here couldn't have become immortal by eating mermaid flesh. Without the use of a relic called the Tamate Bako. Now, does that ring any bells? Huh? Wait, mermaid flesh in the Tamate Bako? Oh, have you remembered something? Yes, That's it! It was one of the Heika!
There it is.
A man, wearing a suit of armor. We were on a boat, and he had the Tamate Bako. There was mermaid flesh inside it. He wanted me to eat some of it.
A warrior in armor. Could be.
It is. The same.
So, sounds like you had ties to the Heika as well. And this man, he was the one who made you eat the mermaid flesh. Yes, I remember now. What was his name? Do you remember that too? I think it was Tomo something. Tomo Shige? That's it. The man's name was Taira no Tomoshige. Taira no Tomoshige?
The name isn't a...
That was the name of one of Taira no Yorimori's sons.
I see.
And Yorimori himself was the son of Tadamori's official wife.
So you're telling me that Tadamori's grandson forced Sato to eat mermaid flesh? What do we know about this Taira no Tomoshige, anyway?
Not much, aside from the fact that he was part of the clan's main lineage. History has not seen fit to record his deeds, whatever they may have been.
Well, he may not have been one of the clan's famous warriors, but to think, you actually knew one of the Heika. You mentioned you were on a boat. Do you recall anything else? I think we were being chased.
I do not wonder at that. At the end of the Heian period, the Heika were being pursued by the full might of the Genji forces.
I was struck by an arrow and I fell into the sea and drowned. But by that time, I'd already become immortal. Later, I must have resurrected and washed up somewhere along the coast, and I guess that's how I escaped. What about Tomoshige? Did he eat some of the mermaid flesh too?
I feel like if he did, he would exist right now, though.
I'm not sure. I don't remember that part, but I don't think I encountered him again after that.
If you'll remember, ma'am, the curse echo I witnessed earlier held the famed blade Nukemaru. Perhaps Tomoshige inherited the blade from Yorimori and wielded it with the intent to avenge his clan. After all, future generations would surely have held a memorial service for a warrior of renown like Yorimori, setting his spirit to rest. Tomoshige, on the other hand, is unlikely to have received the same treatment. If so, his hatred may have persisted long after his death.
That's what it seems like's happened. His spirit is still just living on through the curse.
Creating the curse of the Heika is a distinct possibility.
This curse sounds terrifying.
Yeah, it's gonna kill a lot of people, including you, at least once.
I have to say, I wasn't expecting a connection here. You know, Sato, it's starting to sound like you were involved in all the incidents that have gone down in these parts over the centuries. Not by choice.
I mean, yeah, not by choice, but still.
Anyway, I get the feeling this Taira no Tomoshige wasn't a very nice guy. And this curse of it sounds even nastier. Could it really still be active after all this time? It certainly looks that way. The Heika's resentment is awfully persistent, I hear. You don't think he could have held a grudge against me, do you? Who knows? That would depend on your relationship with him back then. Oh man.
However, it appears someone is actively wielding the curse of the Heika at present. Therefore, the targets of the curse would be decided by this individual, whoever they may be.
Another unknown, huh?
What worries me is what Wakamura said at the, during the last stream. Last stream, it almost... Wakamura almost made it sound like Tsukasa was involved. Is that possible? Is it possible that Tsukasa is somehow involved? Could she be the one wielding it? I don't know. Curse of Tomoshige. A curse born from Taira no Tomoshige's feelings of malice and resentment that lingered after the fall of the Taira clan. It kills an individual who meets the conditions by cleaving them in two. We still don't know what the conditions are. There's only one thing I might have, like, I feel like might be a hint. Well, no, I don't know. Something I remember is, wasn't there a feather in, Also, hang on, I just remembered another oddity. Where was Kikuko's body at the end of the Shadow story segment? Her body went missing. So she's suspicious too, I feel.
Figuring out the origin of the curse is all well and good, but it doesn't help us solve the case. We need to track the person who's actually using it, or it'll keep happening.
Indeed.
I hope you find them soon. Speaking of immortals, there's something else I had to ask you. Yes? Now, I'm not certain about this, but I get the feeling that there's another 800-year immortal on Kamishima right now.
Oh, what the...
What? Any idea who it might be?
Really? There's another. Who?
No, I don't have a clue. Are you sure about that?
Really?
Because if there is another immortal here, I'll find them eventually, you know? Even if I have to scour the island from end to end. Does that change your answer? No, I really don't know who it could be. Alright, if you say so. Guess this means I'll have to search the island, after all. As if I didn't have enough to deal with. Well, I'd say that about covers everything. We've talked your ear off for long enough. It must be confusing, all this talk of the past. We'll not trouble you any further. Alright, thank you. So give it a bit of time, and something else might come back to you. If it does, please let us know. We'll be visiting the island again real soon, so you should have the chance. Will do. I'll be going then.
Alright.
So, now what?
She's given us much to ponder. Think we'd encounter a living witness. I never have dreamt it possible.
Sure, it was fascinating, but I can't say it did us much good, as far as our investigation is concerned. Besides, she's still hiding something, that one.
You think so, ma'am?
I do. In fact, I'd bet on it. She might even be up to something. But our primary objective here is to lift the curse of the raging waves. We don't need to start digging into anything else without good reason.
On that note, do you really intend to search this island for the island for this other 800-year immortal?
Yeah, I figure we might as well look into that too, while we're here.
Understood.
Let's get looking then. Why are you here?
My apologies for the interruption, but there is an important matter I wish to discuss with you. Now then, I believe you've just been privy to quite the interesting development. As Yumeko Shiki would tell us, Sato Shiranami is not the only 800-year immortal here on Kameshima. And so I would pose you a question. There is indeed one more individual on Kameshima who has made a miraculous return from the dead. You have borne witness to the death and the revival of this individual a total of 3 times.
I know what you're pulling, game.
With this in mind, allow me to ask, who's the other 800-year immortal on Kameshima? Please, tell me their name.
Their name is Yuza. Because we've watched them die 3 times now when I failed.
Correct. The answer is Yuza Minakuchi.
So Yuza's an 800-year mortal. How? I get it, because I probably died, I have to assume the game means I died 3 times during the diving minigame. It probably keeps track of how many times you died. And it's like, I feel like I remember the 7 Mysteries of Hanjo did something similar. It's just like, yep, I know what you're getting at this time. What's the one time where I can, lose? I drowned 3 times.
To think you got it in one go. You're quite the observant one. Every time Yuza ran out of oxygen while diving, he suffocated to death in the ocean depths. However, following his demise, he returned to life and was able to continue where he had left off. It would normally be highly unusual for someone to reach a diver rank of 8 on their first outing. Such a feat would be difficult indeed unless one was unburdened by the fear of failure or the fear of death. Oh my god, is that why he said... Wait a minute. Yuza said that he needed to have it done by tomorrow. He needed to find a mermaid by tomorrow. Is that because he's going to die? It was this knowledge of his own immortality that led him to displaying such an uncanny degree of confidence. As you may have suspected, Yuza Minakuchi became an 800-year immortal 5 years ago when he was saved by a mermaid.
Oh.
In truth, help arrived too late that fateful day, and it became the first time he lost his life. I wonder what light this new information will cast on events going forward. But that leads to a weird question. 800-year immortals are supposed to discard their original bodies, right? But why does Yuza seem the same? From what it sounds like, Yuza... it sounds like the villagers don't see anything different with Yuza. But why is that? Shouldn't 800-year immortals always have, a different body? And that means when he's... Wait a minute! That means when we get back to him, he's gonna come back to life! When we go back to the whole, when we go back to his perspective of getting his head cut off, he's just gonna grow his head back! Please continue the rest of this tale.
Let me guess, we're gonna be able to continue to use the story now. Nope, never mind. I was fully expecting it, though.
Son of a bitch.
Son of a bitch. Alright. We are continuing with Arnev now.
A summary of previous events. The Tamate Bako, a treasure required to obtain immortality. Avi assumes that the descendant of Taishima, whom Ikoma knows, has inherited it. He tries to scheme a way to meet them.
Hello, I have returned. Hello again. Arnev Bonham's back on the scene. Allow me to summarize. I know the fourth wall was existent, and I don't care about it. As expected, Ikoma contacted us today, telling us that we'd have to wait a little longer before we could meet the descendant. Thus, figuring he had no intention of letting us meet her anyway, we decided to use Circe's ability to go looking for the descendant ourselves.
Who exactly are you talking to? Me! Hi.
No! I'm merely setting the scene. Really feels like it raises the stakes, no? Makes it feel more like a thrilling adventure.
Sure, you got me all worked up. But I'm trying to concentrate, so could you please stop distracting me?
Oh, right. Sorry. This is the town of Ijika in Toba City. The area is one of many in the area and renowned for its armor divers.
Damn, friggin'... Again, I'm just...
There's definitely something very fishy going on with Yuza, considering the fact that none of the villager, like none of the... Like, let's take Azami first. Azami and Tsukasa. They are both, like, Yuza's best friends, right? They would know if something was different about Yuza. They would have pointed it out, surely, right? So why has nothing changed? Why have they said nothing about Yuza's appearance change? Because we know that becoming an 800-year mortal means casting your original body. But Yuza apparently has the same body. Or at the very least, he looks pretty much the same. No one's at the very least, no one's questioned him, or we've gotten no proof that anyone's questioned his existence, and I feel like we'd get told if he had anybody questioning his appearance. So why is... I feel especially since, like, think back to, friggin' Wakamura... Or, not that one. Think back to Wakamura... to Chie. Think back to them. You know what? No, I'm gonna give you my best example. Think back to Kikuko. Kikuko was not there for the incident, but she did know about Yuza, right? And ended up seeing Yuza again after coming back after the events of everything that went down, right? Wouldn't she have said something about Yuza being, like, looking different? I feel like, again, the problem I'm having with Yuza is the fact that nobody's questioned his appearance looking different, despite the fact that we now know he's an 800-year mortal. Unless, I'm thinking about this weirdly. What if he became different through a different... What if he became immortal through a different meaning? In fact, a part of me feels like he did come back to life through a different means that we're thinking. And I wonder if that difference is what makes him keep his appearance. Here's what I'm getting at. We know that consuming the flesh of a mermaid that's been put into Tamate Bako brings you back as an 800-year mortal, but you also have to discard your original body, right? But haven't we not been told that there are likely other ways of obtaining immortality from mermaids? Like maybe mermaids can bestow immortality on their own. What if in the case where a mermaid bestows immortality, a person's appearance doesn't change? What if it's possible that that's what's happening? Because there's a lot going on. Anything of a note around here?
Circe is using her dowsing ability to search for the descendant right now. What's that? Doesn't her dowsing only let us look for spiritual energy? And on top of that, doesn't she have to be familiar with the energy she's looking for? That's right, I was thinking the same thing. I feel like I've just given up on acting like the fourth wall is a thing. I'm just going to talk to you directly, player. Hello. However, Cius was perfectly prepared. Before parting with Hikomi yesterday, she asked him to hand the iron box to the descendant when he paid her a visit. She said the descendant ought to have it, since it is so deeply connected to Taishima's history. Hikomi agreed on the matter and would apparently go through with it, assuming he did hand it over. Then the iron box with its massive amounts of spiritual energy has fallen right in the lap of our target.
Oh, so we're basically just tailing him, aren't we? We let him keep the box, so that when he goes to meet up, we can just douse and look for him.
Now, Cius just has to use her dowsing to locate the box. At least that's the plan.
That's smart.
However, her dowsing range is limited. With the spiritual energy the iron box possesses, its range is probably just 2 to 3 kilometers. So we had to narrow down the target area somewhat before starting our search.
How do we do that?
So, any idea where we might start looking for the descendant?
I think... Mr. Ikoma said something about visiting her several times before she finally agreed to talk, didn't she? Didn't he?
He did, which would mean that...
I mean, I can't imagine she's too far away, right?
she must be close enough for him to have paid her frequent visits.
Yes, exactly. So I think it'd be best to start by searching the towns within Toba.
I see. There are quite a few towns in the area, right?
About that, when we partied yesterday, Mr. Ikoma mentioned something else that struck with me. When he asked to meet the descendant, he said he'd probably drop by later anyway, since he also had to handle the matter with Miss Suma.
Oh, right. He did say that. So basically...
Oh, the descendant probably lives close, don't they?
He said it like he would drop by while he was in the area, so they likely live close to one another.
Yes, I was thinking the same. Those towns with many Amadivers are our top candidates.
So that means we should probably start by searching all the towns in Toba that are home to a lot of Amadivers.
That's right. We can make our way up by searching along the coast for starters.
It'd be nice if we'd at least learn the descendant's name.
We might have a lead on that. Think of your research into the past of this place.
Oh, right. I believe the name was... the Taishima Survivor.
Not that.
The Taishima Survivor.
Where is the survivor? Somekawa. Somekawa. What?
Somekawa. That's what Taishima's survivor is called. If there are any descendants, then they may still bear the same name.
That's right. It's another clue we can follow.
Yep.
And so we ended up spending the morning traveling along the coast from one fishing town to another. This is the 4th town we searched so far. It's about time we actually find something. Well then, perhaps it's about time I checked in with Cius to see how things are going. This is completely focused on dowsing right now. There are several types of dowsing techniques, but it seems like she's using a pendulum. It would seem that the necklace she wears can be used for such a purpose. The closer you get to the target, the stronger the pendulum swings.
Hello.
So Cius, what's the situation?
Wanna give it a try?
Huh? Really? Will it still work if it's me?
I'll still be holding the pendulum, but you can see for yourself if you'd like.
Cool, color me intrigued. I'm in.
Alright, just like this.
Alright.
Hold the pendulum. Direct me to move in different directions to see where it reacts.
Very well. Bring it on.
Alright. I noticed that friggin', whoops. Avi gets all the interesting puzzle stuff.
The pendulum won't respond right away, so the trick is to point in one direction and wait a while. Once you find the spot where it reacts the strongest, just shout that you figured it out.
Got it. When it comes to yelling, I'm your guy. Please don't yell.
Please don't yell.
Ooh. Ooh.
No, it's all gone there. Whoa, whoa, whoa! It's turned to a helicopter!
There! Right there!
You got it.
Yes. So that means it's somewhere up there?
Well, maybe it's still a bit further out, but at least we figured out what direction to go.
I knew it was about time we hit the right spot. Alright, let's follow this thing and see where it leads us.
Right.
Let's move!
This is it. It's the apartment furthest back on this building's ground floor.
Got it. Hello? Anybody home?
You don't hesitate, huh?
We're here on behalf of Mystery Coma. No answer. Guess someone's home.
No, I can sense a presence.
Hello? We'd like to talk to you about the iron box. Hey! Hey!
What is it?
Hello, friend.
You two. Avi and Circe, is it? So you're ones who found that iron box? Yes, that's right. You know, I never talked to foreigners before. I'm so nervous. I can hardly think straight.
Please, no need to be so tense, Miss Somikawa. I promise we're both harmless and cheerful.
Right.
Can't really look around here.
I'm so glad we got a chance to talk with her.
Okay. She was more willing to meet us than expected. That iron box proved more useful than I thought. Nice work, Sears. I'll treat you to some more onigiri senbei later.
You know what I want to get later? I'm probably going to get it after this stream. I'm probably going to get like a calzone. There's a place near me that makes real good ones. Like really, really good ones. She may look calm on the surface, but I know she must be excited to peek inside a traditional Japanese home. Well, a wooden apartment like this is pretty old school. I can see why she'd be geeking out. Actually, funny thing. I'm not going to tell you obviously what the place is called because I don't know if that's going to dice me. But I will tell you this: the place has amazing food. But the thing that it's supposed to be like known for, it's supposed to be like known for like a pizza or whatever. I feel like I like everything at that place except for its pizza. It's like, aren't you supposed to be a pizza place? But they make amazing calzones. I don't understand.
So this is Miss Somikawa's home. Even with the lights on, it's strangely dark inside. Even though it's daytime, the shutters are kept tightly shut. You can hardly hear any noise from outside either. At a quick glance, I can't spot anything that looks like a tamatebako in the room. I suppose it makes sense she wouldn't just keep it out in the open. She was...
Gosh damn. Just talk to her.
Wait. Check her. So she is a descendant of the last Taishima survivor. The way she dresses makes her look older, but I'd say she's probably around my age. I thought she'd be difficult to deal with, but now that we've actually met her, I'd say it's more like she's extremely cautious, the type to never let her guard down. I can't even begin to imagine the kind of life she's led.
So, assuming this is Yuzu's mother, assuming that, then would that mean that this is the lady that made Yuza immortal. Because I feel like it'd have to be somebody who went out during that Southern Sea disaster that ended up making Yuza immortal. And I feel like the biggest, like, the strongest suspect at the moment as to who that could be, I feel like would be his own mother, would it not? Then again, we don't know too much about the other people. The only other people we know about who were there were Yuza's father and Azami's... Was Azami's dad? Was it your dad, Azami? Yeah, it was his father. Still, the fact that she's wearing traditional clothing is actually quite charming. I've hardly seen anyone wearing traditional clothes since coming to Japan, which was a bit of a shock, to be honest. If it's comfy, wear it, that's what I say. I wear pajamas 90% of the time. Allow me to emphasize what an honor it is to meet a descendant of Taishima.
Who's to say that's even true?
I suppose your family must have lived in this town for generations.
I moved here a couple years back.
Oh, why's that?
That's got nothing to do with the two of you.
Fair enough. Then if you don't mind me asking, do you have any other family or relatives, Miss Somikawa?
Why?
Apologies, I was merely wondering if there are any other descendants.
Dunno. But I'm probably the only one left. That too will come to an end soon enough.
Oh? What do you mean by that?
No more than what I said.
Weird. It's like you know you're about to die or something. So, do you live here by yourself, Miss Somikawa?
That's right.
Oh, okay.
Precisely did you come across the iron box?
I followed this map that was in my family's possession. Supposedly, it was left behind by the Onmyoji who sealed away the curse of Taishima.
A map, you say?
It led us to the iron box. It must have been resting at the bottom of Issei Bay. Since it's such a valuable artifact deeply connected to Taishima's long history, we felt we absolutely had to tell you about it, Miss Somikawa.
Yeah.
If I may say so, I noticed your interest in the iron box. Could it be that you already knew of its existence?
I didn't know it was a box, but I've been told something still remained of the island.
That makes sense. Anything else?
Speaking of that box, I don't suppose there was something inside?
Yep, there was. Yes, inside was a record detailing how Taishima was destroyed, along with information on the curse of the raging waves.
A record?
Oh, allow me to fill you in on the other details. And that sums it up. Such a horrid man, wouldn't you say? Massacring the people of Taishima because he wanted to find a mermaid that bad. The grudges left behind by the events coalesced into two separate curses, and ultimately, Taishima was destroyed along with everything else. I'm sure it must be excruciating to hear the tale of how your ancestors' home was destroyed. So, now, I actually mentioned, remember how I just said that she knows she's about to die? That just reminded me of the fact that we do end up finding her dead, right? But it's when she's like half turned into a mermaid, or turned into like a corpse, like a fish corpse, which would be the curse of the forsaken fish. So, the reason why I'm concerned about that is because who has the curse of the forsaken fish right now? It's Avi. Avi has the curse. Does that mean at some point Avi kills Somikawa? Because Somikawa is because according to the drawing that Soto ends up making in Yumiko's path, that corpse belongs to that corpse is Somikawa's. After experiencing the effects of the curse of the forsaken fish. But why would Avi do that, is my question. Why would Avi, of all people, kill Somikawa? It leads to two things coming into mind. One, maybe something ends up happening between now and then that makes him want to kill her. Or 2, the one that I honestly feel like might be slightly more likely, but at the same time I don't know. What if there's another way of activating that curse? Is it possible there's a secondary way of someone activating that curse on somebody? The way that... There's also the fact of how the curse activates. Going back to the curse of the Forsaken Fish can only be used on somebody if they're in the waters of Issei Bay. So at some point, Somikawa has to enter the water. And at that point is when she gets hit with the curse.
But I believe this story should be passed down so people can learn of Taishima's true history. Wouldn't you agree?
And now it's all recorded in that box?
Well, not really recorded per se, but
No, we better wait before broaching this topic. If she realizes we're after the Tamase Bako, it'll only make her more cautious.
Fair enough. Let's talk about the legends.
By the way, you may consider this the curious whims of a fantasy author, but would you be able to elucidate me on some of the stories that have passed down in your family?
Now I get it. You also came here because you want to ask about mermaids, huh?
I'ma be honest. Alright, you got me there, it's true. But can you blame me? As a fantasy author, it is in my blood. If mermaids truly do exist, then I must sate my curiosity.
I knew it. Whatever your motives, you're not getting the Tamate Bako. I'm not falling for one of Ikama's schemes.
Did I screw up?
I'm not gonna share family's legends of Taishima with just anyone.
Did I screw up?
Did you say that Ikoma's after the Tamate Bako?
Oh, so you didn't know. Well, yes. That's exactly why I hid it somewhere no one will ever find it.
I see. It must be very precious to you, then. Well, I'm relieved that Iron Box found its way to you, then.
Wrong button. I don't know why I clicked that.
So, was there a curse stone inside the box?
A curse what?
Don't play dumb. There must have been one.
Well, yes. So you already knew about it. There was indeed a curse stone inside.
That's what I thought. Then how about trade? You two want the Tamate Bako, don't you?
Oh? A trade? Really? I didn't think we'd be going out this far. You certainly shook me. When you said we had to take a boat all of a sudden, can I take a... hang on a sec. I'm gonna mute myself for a second.
Alright, apologies. Family... Mother wanted to know if I wanted any food, so... Let me actually text them one more thing. Do-do-do-do-do. I'm trying to worm my way into getting some sweetness. AKA, I want ice cream. I want sweet.
You certainly shook me when you said we had to take a boat all of a sudden.
To think that Tamate Bako would be hidden at sea. What an incredible plot twist. My apologies. I guess it's just the writer in me coming through. This is all too thrilling.
You sure can talk.
Oh, believe it or not, I'm actually holding back. I can actually go on and on at great length once I get started.
That was some praise. There's nowhere to run on an island. No matter where you go, someone's always near. It's always too loud, grating on the ears. See though, once you get this far out, it's nice and quiet. Nothing but the sound of the waves. No talking, no irritating folk or commotion. Only fish swimming without a sound. This is fine. Stop the boat.
Are we not with Sears right now? I guess Sears is not with us. I've come all the way out here in the middle of the sea on Miss Somikawa's request. This boat can only carry 2 people, so I've left Sears to watch the shore. Given that he comes after the Tamate Bako as well, he might try to interfere if he learns of this. Oh, this is when Sears encounters freaking Yumeko and Soto. So Sears is keeping an eye out to make sure he doesn't try to follow us. It's reassuring to have some backup. That's why Sears was all the way out here. What is this? Whoa! This is one of Sears' abilities, a Shikigami. When someone's name is written on a piece of paper, she can make that paper fly towards that person. They're great for delivering messages or tracking down someone. I was pretty spooked the first time I saw it, but I've gotten pretty used to it. Okay, fine, I did just go whoa, but not because I was actually surprised or anything.
Is something wrong?
It's nothing, don't mind me. I wonder if something happened to Sears. Better read the note. Let's take a look. Ran into 2 suspicious people looking for Miss Somikawa. I drove them off for now, but be careful. Seems like something happened on Sears' end. Yep, this is exactly where I think it is. When Yumiko and Soto were looking for Somikawa. I best stay alert, just in case. But I don't think I'll mention this to Miss Somikawa. It'll only shake her up. We're somewhere off the coast of Toba City, accompanied only by the sound of the waves and the cries of seabirds. Did she really hide the Tamate Bako here? In a place with no landmarks whatsoever. Is this going to be where she gets turned into a fish? If it's at the bottom of the ocean here, how are we supposed to retrieve it? Miss Somikawa used to be an armor diver. Could she be planning to go down and get it herself? Does she even have the equipment for it, though? She looks so solemn. I wonder what's going through her mind. I'm not going to lie, I'm a little concerned she still hasn't told me the conditions of our trade. Will she ask me to trade her the coast stone? Well, I'm scared. Let's talk about it. So will you tell me what you want to trade for the Tamate Bako now?
You've got the Forsaken Fish Curse Stone with you, right?
Sure do.
Have a good look.
Have a good look. The Forsaken Fish Curse Stone.
Looks like the real deal, alright?
You want to trade the stone for the Tamate Bako, right? I figured as much. Well, I'm fine with those terms. Let's do it.
No, that ain't it.
Oh, that ain't it. But... Wait, don't tell me you're gonna ask her what I think you're gonna ask. Are you gonna ask us to use the curse on you?
You know, I once had a sister. Her name was Mare Somikawa.
What do you mean? You say you had a sister. Does that mean...
Yeah, she's gone. Died in an accident at sea about 5 years ago.
I see. My condolences. So there was actually another descendant. So this isn't Mare.
You folks seem to be pinning your hopes on me just because I'm one of the descendants. But the ones who actually inherited our duty wasn't me. It was my sister.
Your duty?
That's right. The duty of the Taishima bloodline. It's been passed down in our family for generations. Even more, our generation would be the one to handle the 400th year since the disaster. My grandpa always said that was particularly important.
So there was a duty Taishima's descendants were meant to perform after 400 years.
But I was young back then. I still had dreams of my own. I wanted no part in some annoying duty, so I ran away from home the first chance I got. I pushed all that responsibility onto my sister. But I know I should have helped her.
I see. So that's why your sister was the one who inherited that duty.
Alright, let's listen to more of the story.
This duty you mentioned, was it to break the remains of the curse of the raging waves?
I suppose they were connected, but... lifting the curse would have been a step along the road, but it wasn't the goal.
Oh, really? Then what was it?
Well... it was to return the mermaid that was left behind in Issei Bay to Ryugo. That was the real duty of the Taishima bloodline.
Excuse you? Return the mermaid? Return a mermaid? So, it's true. There really was a mermaid stuck in Issei Bay because she couldn't return to Ryugu.
That's right. Her name was Sobe.
Oh, she's come up in our research. So she was real after all.
You see, my sister that took on the family duty, seems she actually met Sobe herself.
Really? She got to meet the mermaid.
After leaving my hometown and making a living as an Alma diver, I'd all but forgotten about the duty I'd left behind. I had no idea what our duty actually entailed. When I finally learned the truth, I was crushed by regret.
Regret? Why?
You know, ever since I was a little girl, I'd always been fascinated by mermaids.
Understandable.
I read The Little Mermaid so many times, the pages of the book had started to wear away. I would see them in my dreams over and over. Back then I wanted nothing more than to become a mermaid. It's what led me to become an Alma diver in the first place. But the true nature of the family duty is only revealed to the one who inherits it.
I see. What bitter irony. But couldn't you meet the mermaid after you learned the truth?
My sister took pity on me and attempted to call her to me, to meet me once in secret. My sister Mare even shared some of the things the mermaid had told her. But you know, Sobe was a cautious mermaid who never truly opened her heart to anyone but my sister. Me, on the other hand, she avoided. I was never even allowed as much as a glimpse.
Quite a better outcome.
Mare and the mermaid had grown close as friends. They trusted each other. They were inseparable. But she never once showed herself to anyone other than my sister. Not even to a close relative like myself.
So she hid herself away for 400 years. Was she really that... Was such caution really necessary? Your sister must have been an incredible person to earn a mermaid's trust. Though I can only imagine how hard it must have been to be rejected by an existence you so deeply admired and longed to meet.
Mare moved to Kamishima to be closer to Ryugo. All for the mermaid's sake. Then one day she got married and changed her name to Mare Miyakuchi. She seemed so happy.
So she got married on Kamishima.
I was so jealous I couldn't think straight and ended up lashing out pretty badly. In an attempt to destroy my sister's relationship with the mermaid, I grabbed our family heirloom and ran off.
I see. Ah, the infamous Tamate Bako, yes?
Yeah, the mermaid was supposed to take it back to Ryugo, so our family had carefully kept it for centuries. And so the years went by. Then 5 years ago, I heard that Mare had died in an accident. That's why I came back to Toba. I thought that maybe this meant the duty would be passed on to me.
Of course.
But by then, our parents and all our relatives had already passed away. There was no one left who knew about our duty. There was nothing I could do. I didn't know a thing. Know where the mermaid was, nor how to call her. I'd given up. While I was digging around, that man Ikoma found out I was a descendant of Taishima. You see, I was struggling to get by. I sold the information my sister had told me about the mermaid. Back then, I was making a living by giving folks a glimpse of the Tamate Bako for a ridiculous price.
And that brings us to the present, I suppose. In other words, since your sister died in that accident, your family's duty was never fulfilled. And now you want us to go find the mermaid for you?
That ain't it.
Dang.
I guess it must have been about 3 months ago. I was wandering the coast alone when the mermaid Sobe appeared before me.
Oh, you finally got to meet her!
She told me this. The Seal Ryugu's gateway has been lifted, so I will be returning. Your sister has done a great deal for me. I now ask you to return to Tamate Bako.
Wait, what? The seal was lifted? Ah, is that perhaps why the curse of the raging waves became active again? So, what about the Tamate Bako? Did you return it to the mermaid?
I was so overcome with emotion and excitement, I told her. I've hidden the relic. If you want back, take me to Ryugu.
You said what?
Not being able to fulfill my duty had been weighing heavy on my heart. In that moment, the pain was gone. On top of that, I figured the mermaid had come to fetch me. Being able to visit the land of the mermaids, there'd be no greater happiness than that. But Sobe simply told me it wasn't possible and that she'd forfeit the relic. And with that, she was gone.
Oh. So the mermaid has already returned to Ryugu then?
Ever since then, all I felt is despair and regret. I'm completely empty inside. There's nothing left. My family's duty has been fulfilled. That's what I meant when I said it was all over.
But then, the Tamate Bako still exists, doesn't it?
Sure does, but... even with such a fancy name, in the end it's just a grimy old box. I opened it once. I was hoping there'd be some elixir of eternal youth inside or something. But it was completely empty.
I see. Even so, I'd like to trade for it.
Are you sure? I don't see why, but whatever. It's not like anything matters anymore. I'm just sick and tired of it all. In the end, I never did figure out what the Tamate Bako really was. The mermaid forfeited it just like that, so maybe it never had any meaning to begin with.
So what do you want in return?
I want you to do whatever it takes to become a mermaid.
That's why. Miss Somikawa, don't tell me. You want me to use the curse stone?
Simply returning to sea. That's my only wish.
No, listen. There's nothing even remotely beautiful about the curse of the Forsaken Fish. All it will do is turn you into some twisted half-fish monster, nothing but a grotesque imitation of a mermaid.
I know. That's fine with me. This curse is the essence of that mermaid's power. I am ready to offer up my life to her.
But...
whatever you do, I'll just be drowning myself anyway. So you won't be dirtying your hands. All you have to do is use the curse. My wish will be granted and you would be doing me a kindness. That's all there is to it.
just hold on a minute, okay? This is just...
The Tamate Bako is hidden beneath the floorboards of my house. Please do this for me.
Miss O'Connell, wait! She's already gone. Will she come back if I just wait long enough? No, I don't want to. Damn it. I don't want to do that. Damn it, what now? What do I do? Should I grant her last wish? It's surely no worse than helplessly standing about as she drowns herself. Right. She was serious about this. She's been dreaming about mermaids ever since she was little. I know exactly how that feels. It may be a curse, but still, I will honor her wishes by unleashing the mermaid's power. It's how she wanted to go. Might be the only one who actually understands Miss Somikawa's feelings. If I don't act now, it'll be like denying her final hope and dream. I don't want to! She's nowhere to be seen. Of course, she is an armor diver after all. Is it too late to call for help? Would she even accept it?
I don't wanna. I guess I have no choice. Use it. Well. Nice. Great. She turned to fish. Fish. Great. Azusa Somikawa, a woman living in Toba, although she occasionally does work as an ama diver, it is unclear who she is and where she came from. She apparently showed up in Toba about 5 years ago with nothing but a grubby wooden box to her name and has been living there ever since. As Mary Minakuchi's younger sister, Azusa is also the descendant of the sole survivor of Taishima. Following the destruction of Taishima, the Somikawa line hid themselves away, living for generations in a small village within the city of Shima. The book The Little Mermaid was a constant fixture in the household, a decision made so that the children of the family would grow up with a familiarity with mermaids, and Azusa read it repeatedly as she grew up, the tale fueling a fervent admiration for mermaids within her. Upon realizing that she could never be a mermaid herself, she instead decided to become an ama diver, thinking it would at least allow her to swim freely through the sea like the being she so admired. Thus resolved, she left her hometown behind, leaving the family duty, nothing more than a troublesome burden to Azusa, to be handled by her elder sister, alone. For all intents and purposes, it appeared that Azusa's wish had been granted. However, upon returning home following her parents' death, she was taken aback to learn that the family duty inherited by Mare was in itself deeply connected to mermaids. Forgetting how she had pushed the duty onto Mare to follow her own desires, Azusa grew deeply resentful of her sister, accusing her of keeping the mermaid to herself and asserting her right to take up the family duty. But it was too late. Mare and the mermaid had already forged an unbreakable bond that no amount of words or deeds could undo. Following Mare's death, she was finally able to meet the being that had enchanted her for so long. However, her desperate plea for the mermaid to take her back to Ryugu with her was met with staunch refusal, and the mermaid left shortly after, never to return. With her opportunity to fulfill the family duty gone and her chance at connecting with mermaids lost, Azusa sank into despondency, spending her days in an empty haze. Amidst this despair, the curse of the forsaken fish that appeared before her seemed to be a final chance to have her wish granted. Driven by regret over what she perceived as a life of wrong choices and consumed by her obsession, she threw herself into Ise Bay and surrendered herself to the curse, ultimately dying due to its effects. Her forearm, writhing in the agony brought on by her sun transformation, bore no resemblance to the mermaid she had so admired as a child. It is said that the expression on her face when her body was discovered a day later in Futamigara seemed somehow content. So that's why the body was looked happy. Sabei, one of the 3 mermaids who were said to have lived near Taishima about 400 years ago. She has since returned to her home, Ryugu. After that, I'm happy again! We managed to quietly retrieve the Tamatebako from beneath the floor in Miss Tomikawa's house. All that was left to secure the dream of immortality was to obtain mermaid flesh. Since Sobei had already returned to Ryugu, we placed our hopes on the last remaining mermaid, Nagame. But we had to act fast, otherwise Ikoma or even those Paranormal Affairs Bureau psychics would be getting in our way. It might have been the after effects of using the curse, but I got sick the next day and had to spend a full day bedridden at the inn. How pathetic. And that's when I heard news that 2 female divers had gone missing near Toba. The fact that I'd been involved in both incidents made me feel even worse. When Cias heard about the news, she just mumbled something with an unreadable expression on her face. I had no choice. There was simply no other way. Or at least, that's what I kept telling myself as I struggled to get out of bed. The next day, August 7th, we set out to gather more information on Nagame and the other mermaids. We traveled to Kameshima, the island where Mayor Somikawa, or rather Mayor Minakuchi, used to live. And that's how they end up there. Ooh boy. I feel like we should watch this one. Hang on. Arriving on Kamishima, Avi and Sears finally arrive on Kamishima on the hunt for clues that will lead them to the real mermaid. Alright, let's get it moving.
Finally, after our long, arduous journey, we have arrived at the fabled island of Kameshima. Hey, are you alright? You don't look so good.
You mean you're completely fine? That whole area is literally oozing cursed energy. I didn't think it was so bad before. Is it getting stronger?
Can't you dispel curses?
Minor ones, sure, but this is on a whole other level.
I see. It might be best we don't stay here too long, then. Let's just ask around as much as we can. When you feel like you've reached your limit, make sure to tell me, okay?
Got it. I'll do my best.
Alright, let's start by asking the locals about mermaid legends first. I'd like to ask around to see if anybody knew Mare Minikuchi as well. That's the plan. Let's move.
Alright. What? What? Oh, okay. I guess we're doing this now anyway. Okay.
The tragedy of Kameshima. Mysterious deaths continue to occur amongst the island's residents, and it is not long before the same tragedy befalls Yuza. Azami and the others are left helpless and overwhelmed by grief.
Damn it. What the hell is going on? What the fuck happened to you, Yuza? How could you just die like that out of nowhere? You managed to live through the disaster 5 years ago just to die like this? Still, the whole island turned on you. Blamed your mom for everything. They rejected you even when you said you wanted to become an Ama diver. What the hell did you ever do to deserve that? You never once complained. You just kept going like it was nothing. You did everything right. Someone like you deserves so much better. You deserve to be happy, damn it. You've done anything to make that happen. And I couldn't do a damn thing. I'm sorry. I'm so damn sorry, Yuza. This shouldn't have been the way for you to go. How can the gods think this is fair? How?
Hey, Tsukasa. Sorry, I know this is a terrible time. But there's something important I need to tell you. Yeah, go ahead. I should leave him be for now.
Yeah.
There aren't many people around here, so it's nothing like the chaos in town. It's so quiet here, it almost feels like that whole nightmare earlier was just a dream. If only that were true.
Oh boy.
Compared how shaken Azami is, Tsukasa seems rather calm given the situation. She's probably wondering why I'm staying so composed right now, too.
Well, to be fair, I have suspicions. I do indeed.
Try to stay calm and listen, okay? Huh? I spoke with Mr. Wakama earlier. Apparently this Unkakudono person might actually be your father. Huh? Wait, what? Wait, are you serious? You're saying my pa, Yamashina, is Unkakudono? That's what he said. Not sure if it's true or not.
Is that his name? It is! Oh, yeah. Oh, it didn't even occur to me. Huh. Yeah, you are her father, aren't you?
But Mr. Wakamura's already made up his mind. He's convinced that makes you the assassin. If he finds you, who knows what he'll do? Huh? That's crazy talk. Me, an assassin. Come on, that makes no sense. I know. I don't believe it either. That's why we need to find the real assassin as soon as possible.
Again, I have my suspicions that it's Kikuko. Because her body has suddenly gone missing. When we talked to Wakamura, the area that I'm almost positive that her body should have been there, but all that was left was a stain. So how?
Yeah, but easier said than done.
Yeah, no shit.
To find the assassin quickly and let them know I'll surrender. Every second I wait, more people are dying. If I can't tell Tsukasa or Azami about my plans to surrender, they'll just try to stop me. Sato, Tsuyu's gone, and so is Yuza. Yeah, I never thought it would have come to this. I'm scared. What are we supposed to do now?
Well, Yuza's actually not gone. Well, he is gone right now. He'll be temporarily back, though.
I didn't manage to find out any more about the Curse of the Raging Waves, but right now we have to find the assassin. Earlier, down by the bay, I saw the cursed shadow again, as well as someone running away. Wait, the shadow! Sorry, I need to check something curse related real quick. The curse? Oh, right. Earlier, What's it? Are you trying to remember something?
Excuse me.
I know. I can check with the hand mirror to make sure the shadow isn't nearby.
Alright. Are you here? I swear I hear something. It's gonna be right behind me, isn't it?
Damn, what was it? I can't remember. Don't scare me like that. Tsukasa, what's the matter? I guess the shock just made me forget. Right before it happened, Yuza realized something important, but I'm blanking on it now. Huh? Something important?
Oh yeah, he did realize something.
Yeah, Yuza said he figured out the condition that the curse need to affect someone. I swear he said something about people being marked by something, but I can't really remember. He was just about to say who the culprit was too, and then all that happened to him. Marked. I can't remember. Just thinking about that moment's making me sick. Oh no, Tsukasa, it's okay. Don't force yourself to remember. I won't, but still, I do remember one thing he said. He thought the curse could only target women from the island, but now that he was targeted... Hold on a sec. I think I see what you're getting at. Sato, did you figure something out? Could the curse be using this as a marker?
What? Marked by something. But it was all the women. Wait a minute, what was it called again? Alright. Not that, not that. Sato also got targeted. Remember that. Sato got targeted. Chie got targeted. Suya got targeted. Hikuko also technically got targeted. What is the marker? Wait, is it the hand mirror? Did everyone have a hand mirror?
Huh? A hand mirror?
I ain't gonna lie, I looked it up. I'm too stupid to figure that one out.
That's it! The Kameshi Maru hand mirror! It's gotta be that! I knew it. Yusa took that mirror out of his pocket right before it happened. He lifted it up about his neck, and then his head was chopped off. And when I was attacked, I had the hand mirror in my jacket pocket too.
That's gotta be it. Didn't they say those hand mirrors were handed out to everyone on the island?
Well, Azami, are you feeling okay now?
Yeah, I'm fine. Sorry you had to see me like that. But if we're this close to find out who did all this, then there's no time to be moping around. First things first, if I hear you still have that mirror, get rid of it now.
Oh, good point.
Yeah, get rid of it. So, Sato, you figured it out, huh? Haven't you? The one behind this curse?
Question? That's wrong.
The assassin used the curse to kill so many.
I think I might know who it is.
It's gotta be the person who gave out the hand mirrors, so...
It's Kikuko. It's Kikuko.
It has to be Kikuko, right?
Huh? You saying she never actually died?
Wait, you're saying Kikuko was killed too?
Yeah, we saw her lying in a pool of blood by the jetty.
You did. I was just there earlier,
But her body was gone! She didn't die.
I remember seeing a large blood stain, but no body.
Really? I guess someone must have moved her.
In all this chaos, who's got time to move a body with everyone panicking like this? Where would they even move her? There's so many dead, we barely have the time or space to lay folks down and cover them up.
That's true. Then maybe she never actually died? Managed to get up and walk off on her own?
If Kiko was the assassin, why would she let herself get hit by the curse's attack?
Is she also an immortal?
Wait, she managed to get up from the death. I mean, I doubt it, but maybe she's immortal like you, Sato? What? No way.
Huh? What was that? You said that so casually, but I could have sworn you just said Sato is immortal.
Well... It's kind of a long story, but yeah, that's basically what it boils down to.
So what happened earlier So that's what happened earlier. That explains what everyone was talking about.
Still, I don't think there are others like me out there. You think so? Is it really that rare? I don't really have any frame of reference. I have another theory that's more likely. Asami, did you get a good look at Kikuko's wounds?
I mean, not really. It was pretty dark out and we were kind of panicking.
She probably just made it look like she did. She probably just splattered something that looked like blood.
Wait, are you saying that maybe she wasn't actually hurt at all? The most likely explanation is that she got up after faking her death. Maybe she faked being a victim using fake blood or something to avoid suspicion. So she waited for others to see her and then just slipped away in the confusion? Oh, guess the cat's out of the bag.
Hey there!
Huh?
Hey, Kikuko! You really are still alive!
Yep, hate to break it to ya, but I ain't more or anything fancy like that. Just fake blood is all. I was hiding up by the lighthouse, but then I heard you all talking, so I figured I may as well come out. Too bad you figured it all out. There really is no turning back for me. Sato, I was told to bring you in, even if it means killing every last person on the island.
There it is.
It's a shadow!
Doesn't matter, we already tossed those damn mirrors. The curse can't touch us now.
Just so you know, I got your friend Tsukasa Wildmars even now. You're the only person I cannot forgive. You're the one person I cannot forgive. Huh? I am? But how? The cursed target wasn't just tied to the hand mirror.
She's bluffing. Sato, get behind me. I'm not letting her take you.
It's pointless. Disobey me and Tsukasa will be the first to die.
I don't wanna.
I don't wanna. I don't wanna. Screw you, game.
No, I surrender. I'll go with you quietly. What?
So, what are you saying? Now is not the time to be joking.
I know. I've made up my mind. I can't let anyone else get killed because of me. There's no resisting this curse. It's too strong. So, no! Good, smart choice. Otherwise, everyone on the island would have perished. Yo, why are you doing this? You grew up here too! Does this place mean nothing to you? I guess I have some feelings for this place. If I didn't sever those ties, my world would never change.
What the hell are you talking about?
He's the only one. The only one who ever sparked a change in my miserable excuse for a life. Now he'll finally acknowledge me. I'll become who I was meant to be. That's your reason for all of this. This island never cared about people. Always just blamed everything on curses. Surely you all understand wanting to destroy the shithole. I just took up the reins. Someone needed to break the cycle. Now I can finally start living my own life free from all that bullshit. Anyway, we need to get moving. There's a boat waiting out back. If you follow us, I'll kill Tsukasa. Do yourselves a favor and stay right there, okay? Thank you both. Thank you, both of you. Please don't try to follow. It's too dangerous.
God damn it!
Sato!
Well,
Unfortunately, I can't have people that know my identity just walking away. Especially not you, Tsukasa.
wow, you're an actual piece of shit. The following day, the bodies of Azami Kumoi and Tsukasa Wao were found beneath the lighthouse, collapsed together in a lifeless heap. Azami, who had been helping search for the curse's mark, tried to take Tsukasa's place, but ended up caught in the curse instead. But the tragedy that struck Kamishima didn't end there. Right after the assassin left Kamishima with Sato Shiranami, a new calamity followed. The waves. A violent storm, born of the curse of the raging waves, erupted in the seas around the island. As expected, the curse could not be sealed away by the bronze mirror alone. Ferocious winds and towering waves pounded the island for 3 days and nights, leaving devastation in their wake. Most islanders who had tried to flee the tragedy by boat that night were lost to the storm, and remain missing to this day. Among them was the assassin behind the incident. And Sato Shiranami, who went along with her. She was never to be seen again. Ending 1, the tragedy of Kamishima. Wow, so there's multiple endings. Oh, hey! Die! Well, I guess that's one ending down. The ending of what'll happen with not being able to stop anything. So the island ends up consumed by the storm, and Kikuko just gets away with it all. With murdering. So now I imagine we have to figure out a way of preventing such tragedy from taking place. And I feel like part of it's going to be related to how do we stop the Curse of the Heika from taking effect? We know the hand mirrors are one thing, but what is the other trigger? Oh, hello. You have my heartfelt thanks for all your hard work thus far. And so the affair surrounding Kamishima has reached one of its possible conclusions. Sadly, it seems neither Yuzo Minakuchi nor Sato Shiranami were able to achieve their goals. To avoid arriving at this particular outcome, please continue progressing through the story chart. After all, you came here for that very purpose, did you not? Oh my. Are you perhaps still unsure of who you are? No need to worry. I'm confident you'll remember in time. You're just missing a few key pieces. As you travel along the story chart and shape what happens, perhaps you'll remember your part in this. Be sure to think on it as you move forward. Well then, I'm sure we'll see each other again soon. Farewell for now. What the hell do you mean? Alright, back to the map. One ending down. 2 more open up. Vision of the future and accepted fate. Yuza heads out with a zombie to go diving before he suddenly mentions something he must do. Before returning to the island, the pair go see a certain location at sea. And several days after the night of the tragedy, Yuza is lost in his thoughts, alone on the beach. Let's see this one first, because this one sounds like it's going to be from after everything went down in the first ending. It's been 1 week since the night Kamishima was struck by a tragic storm of mysterious attacks. All in all, it resulted in 16 casualties, 7 missing, and 20 buildings totally or partially destroyed. A horrific calamity. It caused a huge stir when news broke out about what happened. The culprit responsible for the massacre is still unknown, and the investigation is still ongoing. I went diving this morning for the first time since that day. No one's taking their boats out right now, so it was just a short dive from the shore. Oh. Azami and Tsukasa's bodies were found in front of the lighthouse. There's no way of knowing what happened to them now. But I'm told Azami was found collapsed on top of Tsukasa, as though he tried to protect her to the very end. I wouldn't have expected anything less from him. The storm struck before we could even mourn those who were killed, and left the town in tatters. Things are barely functioning right now. Everyone is somehow managing to get by on the aid we're receiving, but it's apparently going to take years to fully rebuild. Some people fled Kamishima the moment they could, citing that what happened as proof of some sort of divine punishment. But most of those who stayed are already trying to put the tragedy behind them and look to the future. They managed to get back on their feet 5 years ago, so I'm sure they'll be fine this time too. Although they've been bombarded by accusations and demands for them to take accountability, the Wakamuras have been busy doing what they can. Following news reports on the calamity, there was an uptick in unsavory rumors that Kamishima is cursed in some way. But perhaps because of the current occult craze, a bunch of people have expressed interest in visiting once all the restoration work's done. The mail order service for souvenirs that was set up to help fund recovery efforts has been flooded with orders. Culprit. We still don't know about the culprit behind the massacre, the so-called assassin was. The investigation is proceeding under the assumption that it was one of the people who went missing that night. But it seems like it's not making much progress. Among other things, they're having to conduct it behind closed doors so word doesn't get out that it was caused by a curse. Many people tried to escape the island by sea that night, but most of them ended up getting caught in the storm and going missing. Could the culprit behind the massacre have been among them? Yep! The same night as the attack on Kamishima. Rain. A massive storm caused by the curse of the raging waves broke out in the sea to the south of the island. It seems the bronze mirror my mom left wasn't enough to hold back the curse by itself after all. Many of those who attempted to flee the island by boat were caught in the storm and are still missing. The storm descended on Kamishima soon afterwards, and the island was swept by harsh winds and lashing rain for 3 days straight. No one was able to leave their homes, and it caused blackouts and landslides across the island. Several buildings were also completely destroyed. Everyone was made painfully aware just how fearsome the curse of the raging waves is. Combined with the horror of the massacre, the entire ordeal has left a deep scar on those who remain. There's still an eerie rumbling coming from the sea, and no one knows when another storm might strike. Everyone here is still too on edge to take their boats out to fish, and the ferry service to the island is currently suspended as well. Naturally, no one paid me any mind when I headed out to dive today. The pair from Tokyo had apparently come to Kamishima to try and find a way to dispel the curse of the raging waves. They were extremely regretful about failing to stop the storm and went around apologizing to everyone in its wake. Yeah. Seems they're still planning to find a solution though, and have asked for my cooperation. I don't have much to show for my dives today. My catch has been pretty pitiful to say the least. Looks like I really am hopeless without Azami. Unable to bear the tragedy that had befallen Kamishima, Satoshi Nami apparently gave herself over to the assassin and left the island with them. I don't know if whoever sent the assassin got what they wanted in the end. I'm probably never coming back. By the way, they took any chance of my seeing her again with them.
You leave. I doubt I'll ever meet her again.
Dude, on one hand, I do hope that whoever did it is happy with themselves and knows that they're just getting scammed, because 2 days after that, she ends up dead or something.
After all that happened, I'm once again the only one left alive. Well, I don't know if alive is the right word. I did get my head cut off once by the curse, after all. But to be honest, I don't have it in me to care anymore. I couldn't fulfill what I set out to do despite swearing I'd see it through. I have nothing left. Seems my fate is in the hands of that pair from Tokyo now. I don't know what they have planned for me, but whatever it is, I intend to accept it. Oh. Thank you, everyone. For everything. Goodbye. Reach Yuza Minakuchi's bad ending achievement. A hopeless outcome. A vision of the future. Or let's do you leave first. Approximately 1 month ago, having only just returned home to Kamishima, Yuza Minakuchi goes to the roof of the Kante Kisho ruins for some time alone, only to find Sato Shiranami there. Let's see it. Hey! Huh? Hello! There's somebody already here. How unusual.
Oh, you scared me. Darn, I didn't think anyone else would come here.
Oh, I take it I'm not welcome. I didn't think there would be anyone else up here either, so that makes 2 of us.
So, who are you?
I'm Yuza Minakuchi. I recently moved back to Kamishima.
Ah, so you're that old friend of Tsukasa's, was it?
Yep, I don't think we've spoken before. You're Sato Shiranami, right? Mr. Wakamura's relative? Nice to meet you.
Wait, how do you know who I am? It's kind of creepy.
You're pretty much the talk of the town. I'm sure almost everyone here knows who you are.
Is that so? I'd rather not stand out.
It's a small island. Word spreads quick about who comes and goes.
Sorry, but could you leave me be? I don't feel like talking to anyone.
I see. Well, I just came here to enjoy the view alone. Okay, I'll just be over there looking at the sea, so I won't be a bother. That work for you?
Fine.
Coming here always helps clear my head. Now then, I'm back here after quitting work after just 3 months. I went to a boarding school on the mainland for high school, so it's been about 3.5 years since I actually lived on Kamishima. Nothing's changed. It's almost as if time itself has stopped here. You'd say that's one of the good things about living on an isolated island like this. But for me, that means it's just as uncomfortable as ever. Ever since the disaster 5 years ago, people here haven't exactly been subtle about avoiding me. Maybe it's as good a time as any to start seriously looking into my mom. You can see all the way from Ise Bay out toward the Enshu Sea from here. It's a great view. That doesn't mean I want to share it with anyone. Thankfully, most of the islanders don't come up here that often, so I sometimes come here to unwind. There are a lot of reefs in the area, and the tide is strong, so it can make for tough sailing. From here, it looks as tranquil as can be. Rest spot. They built a rest spot for any tourists who come up here, but it doesn't seem much use. Is there a sticker around here? No. Sato Shiranami. I hear she's a relative of Mr. Wakamura's who will be staying with him for a while. But apparently no one's heard of her, so the island rumor mill's been working overtime ever since she arrived. Things have calmed down a bit now, but when she first showed up,
She knew so little about how things worked that the gossip was that she must be some sort of sheltered princess. That, or she'd been raised by animals. Even now, she spends most of her time cooped up at the Wakamura, so the mystery has only grown. I guess it doesn't really matter, though. If she really is a relative of Mr. Wakamura's, I wonder what she's doing here. She's 17, just like Tsukasa, but it doesn't seem like she goes to school. I guess it doesn't really matter, though. Now that I have a better look at her, she's really tall. Even taller than Azami, and he's 173 centimeters. She says she doesn't want to stand out, but that's going to be tough at her height. I'd rather not stand that close to her, but to be honest. She's been staring at the southern sea this whole time. Could it be she sees something out there? I said I wouldn't bother her. I should stop staring already. You can see all the way across to the Atsumi Peninsula in Aichi from here. I heard this observation post was originally made to oversee Irago on the opposite shore. So I guess it makes sense that it would be built somewhere with a clear view of the area. The processing plant I worked at wasn't a bad place or anything, but working there didn't feel that fulfilling either. I just happened to come across it when I was looking for a job. Never really been sure what I want to do with my life. Zami's always had a clear goal of becoming a fisherman. To be honest, I've always felt a bit jealous of that. After losing my parents in a disaster 5 years ago, people not only began to avoid me, they avoided talking about my mom as well. At some point, I honestly began to wonder if there was much point in me being alive. I've only made it this far because of my gran and Azami. I can never forgive myself if I made the two of them sad. They're the only reason I'm still here, drifting through life. Not that there's much else I can do here. I've got to find some work here soon so they don't worry about me. I've always been good at swimming, so I've been thinking about actually taking up ama diving as an option. I haven't gone swimming since the disaster, but I wonder if Gran would be happy if I followed in her footsteps and became an ama diver. Maybe I'll start looking into it in secret. Though I'd only be able to do it during the diving season, so I'd still have to find something else. I originally came back here to take care of Gran after her injury. Her conditions improved a lot recently. She can walk around by herself now and has even been handling the cleaning and laundry. I wouldn't be surprised if she said she was planning to go back to diving. Kamishima women sure are made of sterner stuff. I'm still worried about her. You never know what could happen after all. Yeah. Seems she's been watching a lot of TV recently. Perhaps because she's had to spend a lot of time at home. She seems a bit bummed that she doesn't have anyone to talk about her shows, though. Azami was really happy to hear that I was coming back to Kamishima. He even helped make sure my return would go as smoothly as possible. I can't thank him enough. He's a true friend. Yeah, he really is just a bro, isn't he? On top of that, he's hardworking and kind. It's easy to see why so many people here like him. But he's involved in a bunch of stuff around the island now, so he's much busier than he used to be. It goes without saying we can't mess around like we used to anymore. Tsukasa's also put some distance between herself and us since she started high school. I guess she's a bit self-conscious about things now. I miss hanging out with her, but maybe this is just part of growing up. Now it's just making me sad about friends I've kind of grown apart from. Still, it's no exaggeration to say that it's all thanks to Azami that I'm able to live here like this. I won't do anything to let him down. Right then. Time to think of how to make my own way through life from now on. Sure, I have plenty of time, but I don't want to be a burden for any longer than I have to be. On the contrary, if there's some way for me to make a graceful exit and draw the curtains on it at all, maybe that would be for the best. The same thought's been lurking in my mind ever since that day. What's the point in living if I'm just going to cause trouble for Gran and Azami? Don't do that! Why the fuck did you do that? Oh, what'd you get there? Don't do that, I don't like that.
You jumped, didn't I?
You did! Of course you did! Anyone would be startled by someone sneaking up on them like that?
At least you admit it. You can consider that payback for before. Anyway, did you need something? Alright, I can't focus with someone else around after all, so I want you to leave.
Huh? You leave! No, you're the one who should leave. It's fate, an immutable law of the universe that was decided tens of thousands of years ago.
Oh, really? I was here first, though. Isn't first come, first served also an immutable law of the universe?
That's true. Okay, fine, I'll leave.
Huh? You caved a lot faster than I expected. So I kind of feel bad for chasing you off like this. So you can have this Kamishimaru keychain I picked up over there as well.
Pushing random stuff you picked up off the ground on the others now, huh? Still, who could have thrown away such a cute keychain? You didn't do anything wrong, but since you're offering... Keychain. Acquire the keychain. Idol of Kamishima achievement. What? I'll be on my way as promised. Sorry, then. Sorry for the interruption.
Sure. Huh?
Hmm?
I see. So that's how it is.
Something wrong?
Oh no, I was just thinking it must be pretty rough. Yep, pretty rough, alright.
Oh, this is when she notices that he's an immortal too, isn't it?
It's none of my business, though. Bye.
Oh, whoa, how am I supposed to just walk away after you say cryptic stuff like that? But if no answers are forthcoming, I'll simply have to be on my way. Later. She 100% figured out that he was an immortal. That was what she was keeping from Yumiko, wasn't it? Alright, vision of the future. Alright. Toba City, Mie Prefecture. Let's move. So, what's this important thing you have to do, Yuza? Something must be a pretty big deal. It is. I just hope you'll believe me. Listen, and don't fly off the handle. Ah, whoa! Please forgive the interruption. I have an important announcement to make. The moment you have been waiting for has arrived. Everything is ready for you to proceed. On August 7th, upon returning to Kamishima after his dive, Yuzo Minakuchi embarks on the fight of a lifetime. For unbeknownst to him, at this precise moment in time, a slew of predicaments would await him everywhere he turned. As for this really important thing he has to do, that is of course preventing the tragedy of Kamishima from coming to pass. The advent of the 400-year-old curse of the Raging Waves draws nearer Kamishima with every passing moment. Even so, do try to remember that Yuzo's true aims are to locate a mermaid and uncover the truth about his mother. Will Yuzo Minakuchi succeed in overcoming these challenges and fulfilling his objective, you ask? That is entirely up to you, and the actions you choose to take from this moment forth. Thus concludes my announcement. I wish you good fortune. Alright, that's terrifying. What do you mean? What? You think Kikuko's planning to work a curse that'll cause a massacre on the island? Yeah, you might find it hard to believe, but I'm sure about this. You're gonna have to give me a second to take this in. This is way heavier than I was expecting. I mean, a curse. I know I told you all about the Tomokazuki and all that, but how did you even find out about this? Have you got any proof? Well, I saw the future with my own two eyes, but I'm afraid I don't have any proof I can show you right now. You saw the future? Yeah, how did you see that? If this is some kind of prank, you better cut it out right now. Seriously, this shit ain't funny. If you're just fooling around, I don't know if we can be friends anymore. Do you think it's easy for me to call someone on friendly terms with a murderer? I couldn't say something like this unless I was dead certain. I need you to trust me on this, Azami, or it's too late. Oh man, you're not making this easy, Yusa. I can't just... I mean... No, I understand. I won't ask you to believe me until I can present you with solid proof. Until then, I still need your help. I can't just sit back and let this happen. Okay. I won't try to stop you, but I'm not doing anything drastic until I'm sure we're doing the right thing. That's all I needed to hear. Thanks, Azami. For real, what's gone into you, Yuza? What do you mean? I know you're headstrong and all, but this is way beyond what I expect from you. It's like you're a totally different person.
Come on, you're exaggerating. I'm the same old user I've always been. Are you, though? Are you? I don't believe that for a damn second. You little shit. You!
Huh? What are you two doing here? What's with that getup, Yuza? Don't tell me you've been diving.
Kiko, do you have a minute? I heard you were heading out to the northern shore to fish in the bay today, so I came out to find you.
Where'd you hear that? I only just decided that this morning. I didn't even tell anyone.
And tells him he's trying to believe in me. That's a good start, at least.
Yuza, are you sure about this? Just so we're clear, I'm leaving the talking to you.
Don't worry, I know what I'm doing. Do I, though? I don't. We're on the northern side of Kamishima. Not many people come here to fish. I don't know what I'm doing, to be honest with you, gamer. Ideas that I have do not include. Kyuko is looking at us suspiciously. But I guess that's to be expected. We surprised her here alone, after all.
Okay.
Oh, hey, I thought so. Get over here. Bumpador.
Alright. Well, what's this all about? If you just want to talk, can it wait till after I'm done fishing?
Alright. Right, this is where it all begins. This is my chance. I have to find a way to change the future. But I don't have any evidence, and I doubt I can just talk Kikuko out of this. You don't do something like that on a whim. Whatever her motives are, they must be powerful. Even if I somehow manage to get her curse stone, there's still the risk that whatever destructive impulse has a hold of her would drive her to make the tragedy happen some other way. That's why my best bet of containing the situation is to try and distract her. I'm going to change the future one step at a time. There's no rush. After all, since we came here instead of heading back to the port, things are already different. Oh, Jesus, we're going this route, huh? Everything's going to be weird. Let's talk about what's your office work days like, gamer? So, Kikuko, when you left the island, you did some kind of office work, right?
Huh? That's true and all, but why are you asking?
I was wondering if you might have preferred your life back then. I mean, you must have had more opportunities to meet people and go out on dates and all that.
Stop right there. As if I don't hear enough of that as it is. What's it got to do with you anyway?
Sorry, I didn't mean to pry. I was just wondering if you still kept in contact with anyone.
Sure, a few people. Just a few.
Would you say any of them had a big influence on you?
Huh? Seriously, what's this all about?
Nothing, really. I was just curious.
Listen, working for that company wasn't exactly a huge break in my career. All I did was pour tea and answer the phone.
She talked about someone. Huh? Diving?
So are you really off diving? You sure you should be doing that? If she found out, she'll give you an earful, no doubt about it.
Don't I know it. Seems everyone thinks I bring this island bad luck just by being here.
Yuza.
Well, sure, some folks might say that, but it's not as if you've done anything to deserve that kind of talk. I don't see a problem with you becoming an Ama diver myself.
I appreciate that.
Just today, plenty of folks told me not to go diving because the storm's on its way. But when they don't talk sense, I just ignore them, and so should you.
I've been wondering. Are you unhappy here on the island, Kikuko?
Huh? What makes you think that?
I don't know. I just get the feeling you're not planning to stay here as an Ama diver forever.
You normally play a fool, but turns out you're pretty sharp, Yuza. The truth is, I can't help thinking of the future. You can earn a decent living as an Ama diver if you know what you're doing, but all these old rules and customs tend to get in the way. I've been trying to change them here and there, but it's no good. Everyone's too stubborn to listen.
I see. No luck, huh?
Mark my words, nothing ever's gonna change around here. And just between you and me, As much as I love being surrounded by nature on this island, the culture here just ain't for me.
So that's how you feel.
Honestly, I'm about ready to break ties with this place. Not that anyone else needs to know that. Don't go spreading it around now. Frankly, I had no idea you were so interested in diving, Yuza. How about hand mirrors? You've been passing Kameshi Maru hand mirrors around to everyone, right? Yeah, I have some. I have. Sounds like someone keeps their ear to the ground. So, how many have you given out? Who's got one already? I don't know. I haven't kept track or anything. But if I had to guess, I'd reckon about 20 or so. Why though? You want one too? If so, I'll get one to you later.
Oh, no thanks. Don't worry about it. You are a bastard!
Suit yourself. They're pretty sweet little items if I do say so myself. Anyway, Yuza, did you really come all the way out here just to chat?
Something like that, but I've wasted enough of your time. Thanks for hearing me out. Come on, Azami, let's go.
If you're sure. See you later, Kikako.
Right, I know we just got back. But there's no time to waste. We gotta track down and collect all the Kameshi Maru mirrors Kikako handed out as soon as possible.
Huh? Why?
If I'm right, those mirrors are actually the targets of the curse.
No way. Seriously? Still, man, all this curse business is a bit much.
Look, given what people think of me, I'd have a hard time handling this on my own. I'm going to need your help, Azami. I guess we'll have to try and convince everyone the mirrors are defective or something, but we better not let Kikako find out what we're up to.
Yuza, I want to believe you, and I'd like nothing more than to help you out. Before I lift a finger, there's something I gotta know.
Alright.
See, I got a pretty good idea what made you change out of the blue like this.
You do?
When you were diving for and you came face to face with Tomokazuki, something happened, didn't it?
Yeah.
You haven't been the same since then. And come to think of it, does this have anything to do with your search for a mermaid?
You're right. I should have told you the full story to begin with. I've been in such a rush I got ahead of myself. You're right. Something did happen to me, and I'll tell you all about it right now if you want to hear.
I'm all ears.
First of all, tracking down a mermaid is still my end goal. That hasn't changed.
At least something's still the same.
But what I'm trying to do right now started when I found out about the danger Kamishima is in, and realized I had to do something to prevent it. Are you with me so far?
Sure, if I knew the island was in danger, I'd want to protect it too. But how'd you find out about that anyway? Earlier you said you saw the future. When did that happen?
It was when I encountered a Tomokazuki. The moment our hands touched, everything went dark, and then the future unfolded before me. Oh! Was the Tomokazuki the version of Yuza from the first ending then? That's what I feel like might be the case. That might be the Yuza from the first ending, the one that experienced all of it, and now that it's had a chance, it's shown everything to this Yuza so it can try and redo everything.
Huh, so it's kind of like a vision from the Tomokazuki? A warning?
That's exactly what it felt like. A stream of images filled my mind all at once, rushed together with a rush of understanding. It's like they were imprinted into my memory. I don't know how it works, but I believe what I saw. I know what's going to happen here on Kamishima if I don't do something to change it.
So that's what started all this, huh?
Yuza,
Did you know there was a Tomokazuki there? Is that why you picked that spot to dive?
no, it's like I told you before. I was hoping to find a clue there since that's the spot where I encountered a mermaid once before. I never would have dreamed I'd end up seeing a vision of a tragedy like that. For all I know, this might have nothing to do with mermaids at all, but now that I know about it, I can't just forget it, can I?
Of course not. Now I know the full story, you can count on my help too.
Oh, Azami, my bro.
So, seeing as Kiko's the culprit, I'm guessing we need to collect those hand mirrors to save everyone?
Azami, you are bro of bros. Yeah, but she's not the only threat.
there's more to this. Or there are actually 2 calamities on the horizon for Kamishima today.
2? You gotta be kidding me.
The first is the massacre caused by Kikuko's curse. And the second is the curse of the Raging Waves, which has been brewing up a violent storm for the last 400 years. It's going to hit the island tonight.
Now you've lost me again. I can't keep up. For starters, why is this all happening on the same day?
I don't know. I get the feeling it's just an unfortunate coincidence. And there would have been nothing we could do about it either. But since I've been forewarned, I have a chance to prevent it. I'll explain the rest on my way. There's no time to lose. We have to track down every last one of those mirrors. Alright. That Tomogazuki ended up showing everything. That's fascinating. Oh god. New story parts. Honora Bridge investigation and possessions. While pursuing another case, Yumeko and her partner find out that the mermaid corpse discovered in Futamigara is that of a woman named Azusa Somekawa. The duo try to figure out what to do next. Let's do it. Hello. Wow, we really did just just kind of jump right into it, didn't we? Okay, nothing there.
This large bridge spanning Honora Bay in Toba City is also known as Honora Bridge. I hear that the waters of the bay are rich in nutrients, making them ideal for oyster farming. You can see the rafts used floating in the bay.
Oh, oysters. Very nice.
Oyster harvesting only begins in October, though, so I'm afraid they're out of season right now.
Oh, darn it all. I knew Issei lobsters were only available from October, but to think we won't be able to eat oysters either.
Please don't look so sad, ma'am. We can always come again some other time.
Honora Bridge, notable for its distinctive white arch. Honora Bridge is an 196-meter bridge spanning Honora Bay in Toba City, Mie Prefecture. It was built to have no columns, allowing ships to pass beneath it with ease. The contrast of its white arch with the blue sea and sky and the green of the mountains paints a picturesque scene, making it popular with tourists. The bridge takes its name from its role as a crossing over Honora Bay, but the name is written with the character for hemp, sung in old waka poems as a vessel for divine spirits. As such, the kanji characters that make up its name differ slightly from those used to write Honora Bay. Bird.
After discovering the mermaid found in Futamigara this morning was in fact Somekawa's transfigured corpse, we headed to Ichika Town for further investigation and are now on our way back. This feels like as good an opportunity as any to take stock of our current position and talk about our next move.
Stomach. Apologies. Toyed.
Soto gives off the impression of being all business, but he often goes along with any suggestions I make, like to stop and take in the scenery. Despite appearances, I think he quite enjoys quiet moments like this. Now then, as much as I'd like to relax and enjoy our surroundings, shall we take the chance to review the current situation and talk about our next move?
A sound idea, yes. First, Detective Ide contacted us this morning, informing us that a mermaid corpse had washed up in Futagami Ura.
Have I been saying it wrong this whole time? Well, of course I have, but...
However, when we went to investigate, we discovered that the corpse was in fact that of Miss Somekawa, whose whereabouts we were looking into. She had been transformed into a fish by the curse.
Quite a troublesome development. She was shaping up to be a key figure in a number of incidents. With that in mind, the most likely culprits are...
The two
foreigners we ran into the day before yesterday in Ijika.
Yes, one of them was seen taking Miss Somekawa out to sea by boat. I regret not doing more to pursue them at the time. It's possible we could have saved her if we had.
Knowing what they were doing, though, I don't think that's true.
I'm sorry. That was poor judgment on my part.
Then the other half of the pair was a young exorcist with ties to paranormal affairs.
I believe her name was Circe, yes? That's also quite worrying. I wonder what she could be up to. If it turns out she's been using curses on ordinary people, we at Paranormal Affairs will probably be held responsible. Though I doubt the Bureau would agree to act as custodian for someone who would behave so recklessly.
I'd like to believe some manner of circumstances are at hand, yes.
Well, I suppose if anything happens, I can just get the higher-ups to take responsibility. That's what higher-ups are for, right? Being responsible for their subordinates?
I think you'll find that's a saying used by superiors as a goal, not by subordinates to shirk responsibility. Despite her abilities, I doubt that girl would be able to use the curse of the Forsaken Fish. Regardless of who wielded it, I think it's safe to say that a curse stone was involved.
Agreed. We have 2 people from the same town falling victim to the same curse, after all. I think it's reasonable to assume this was due to overzealous use of a curse stone.
Yes, the first victim was Tomiko Suma, who succumbed to the curse stone 2 days ago. The second was Miss Somikawa from yesterday. The state they were found in hasn't publicly been disclosed, so they're still being officially treated as missing.
Still, a curse stone housing the curse of the Forsaken Fish, eh?
Is something wrong?
The curse of the Forsaken Fish is one of the curses mermaids can use, you see. For it to have to become a curse stone, the mermaid in question must have experienced overwhelming resentment. An example might be if they were killed while bearing a powerful grudge against someone.
That sounds like it would be a rare event indeed.
How do I get the feeling there was a mermaid who died like that, though?
There was.
Who was it? Feels like the name's on the tip of my tongue. Hayase.
Could it be a memory from that time? Although I imagine many of your older memories have faded by now.
I have to try and remember. What was the name of the mermaid who died while harboring strong feelings of resentment? I'm pretty sure it was Hayase, right?
Let me just check and make sure. I can just look in the curse section, right? Hayase. Yep. Hayase.
Hayase? That's right. Her name was Hayase. I can't believe it. I completely forgotten, but it just suddenly popped into my head.
Oh, so there was a mermaid who died like that, was there?
There was. I finally remember. One of the mermaids who lived near Taishima 400 years ago was called Hayase. She was captured during the invasion of Taishima and died after being brutally tortured.
This is the first I've heard of mermaids living near Taishima.
Oh right, your ancestor Harukage Tsuchimi Kato must have left them out of his records. The reason Taishima was invaded in the first place was to find those mermaids, you see.
I see. I was unaware of the exact reason for the invasion.
It's understandable. A deliberate effort was made to not mention mermaids in any of the records left after the fact.
I suppose hiding the map inside a mermaid mummy was intended to be a metaphor of sorts.
I can't believe I forgot something so important. But if that curse stone is related to what happened on Taishima 400 years ago, it likely has some link to the curse of the raging waves as well. If we can view the memories contained in it, we might be able to learn more about the curse of the raging waves.
I wonder, could the keepsake Harukage left behind using the map have been the curse stone housing the curse of the Forsaken Fish?
I see. That's certainly a possibility.
In that case, it's not unthinkable someone might have gotten hold of it recently, and there's a high chance it was those 2 foreigners.
Well, you were right.
Alright, we narrowed down our focus. Seems we need a change of priorities as needed. Let's find the curse stone for the curse of the Forsaken Fish as soon as possible. That should be the most efficient course of action, I think.
Agreed.
So I can't but wonder why I suddenly remembered the mermaid's name out of nowhere.
It's because of me.
No, perhaps I should be wondering how I could have forgotten something so important in the first place. It's looking increasingly likely that that pair of foreigners is the curse stone.
Yes, we did go to Ijika to see if we could find any leads on where they could have headed. Unfortunately, we haven't found anything promising. I wonder where they could have gone.
We still don't know why they approached Mr. We also still don't know why they approached Miss Samikawa. Could they have to be after the mermaid's relic?
If I'm not mistaken, that girl, Sears, did mention the relic. Were they looking to take it for themselves? But where would they have headed afterward?
Kamishima.
Kamishima. That's where they are.
What? Kamishima? I thought we decided we weren't going there today. We failed to find any promising leads yesterday after all.
No, something's telling me they went to Kamishima, and I get the feeling this is a hunch I shouldn't ignore. Alright, let's head to the port in Toba City. We'll catch a ferry to Kamishima from there.
So I was like, what are you doing? What are you doing, ma'am?
I've gained impossible knowledge. Oh, Jesus, there's slots of void opening up.
Possessions. After arriving in Kamishima, Avi and Sears continue to ask around about mermaids, but this garners suspicion, and they find themselves unable to gain any information. Alright, back to Arnav. Hello, it's me again. Well, so much for that. Even after everything we went through, we've got nothing to show for it. It's almost astounding how little we've managed to learn, like some reverse miracle.
Worse, I think rumors spread and now everyone's avoiding us.
This is a pickle. I can't even bring up mermaids without the islanders looking at me like some odd foreigner who lost his marbles. And for some reason, mentioning Naomi Kuchi makes things even worse. Did people hate her or something? Just hearing her name makes them recoil with undisguised disgust.
Yes, I noticed that too. Though your way of asking probably doesn't help much. Well, how about we take a break from investigating and go for a little sightseeing instead? Seems like there's a shrine with a lighthouse nearby around here, so we might as well drop by.
Count me in. To be honest, the way people are treating us has started to bum me out. Maybe heading to the lighthouse to unwind a bit wouldn't be such a bad idea. Let's go to the jetty. No, we must go to the jetty, and that's that!
What? Don't scare me like that. What's gotten into you all of a sudden?
The waves of my yearning soul keep crashing against my chest, insisting I seek out the shore.
Right, sure, the usual then.
Well then, off we go. The player has begun talking to me directly. I am no longer listening to my own advice. I'm going over here now. Yep. Oh, looks like we got ourselves a spunky young lady here. Maybe we should have a word with her. Alright, this could be our last chance. Let's give it our all.
Excuse me, could we speak with you for a moment?
Serious, no, there's no way she'll want to talk to us if we're that forward.
Foreign visitors? How unusual. And your names are Avi and Sears. Welcome to Kamishima. My name's Kikuko, and I'm an armor diver.
Kikuko, the armor diver. Such a pleasure to meet a charming young lady in a place like this.
A charming young lady, you say? Oh my, well, now you're allowed to ask me anything you like. This jetty was built to break the waves, so fishing boats can come in and safely unload their catch.
Then I suppose jet planes have nothing to do with it.
No, not at all. The structure over in the distance is called breakwater. It's built to keep the waves out. Seems like it's also a popular fishing spot. She's the most approachable of all the people we've talked to by far. Maybe this time we'll actually learn something.
It's a little sad to be this happy just because someone finally agreed to talk to us.
I wonder who's to blame for that.
What? You're saying it's my fault? Shut up! Who would have thought? Seems like just bluntly calling out to her was the best approach after all. The image of a polite and reserved Japan I've been holding on to for so long is starting to falter. It's ruined! Items? The cursed stone, I'm bearing the curse of the forsaken fish. Should I really be carrying this around? Thomas A. Bako, sacred treasure of the mermaids. I haven't had the courage to open it yet. Mr. Comer's business card. I figured I might be able to use it later, so I held on to it. Sorry. I started thinking crazy talk. Looks like we made a solid first impression. She seems genuinely excited to talk to us. After all the lengths we went to, I refuse to leave this place without at least a few answers. Let's talk about Mermaid. Oh, right. Actually, there's someone we've been looking for on this island. Would you mind if we asked you about them?
Sure, who is it?
A woman named Mayor Minakuchi.
Ah,
See, that's exactly how everyone else around here has been reacting when we ask about her.
no, it's just, I'm sorry, but that woman died in an accident at sea 5 years ago.
Ah, yes, we are well aware that she has passed away.
Huh? Then why do you ask?
Did she leave anything behind, or was there perhaps someone who was close to her, anything like that?
Sorry, I got no idea. Nobody on this island really knew her. Although her son has just returned to the island.
Her son, you say? Now it's getting interesting. We'd certainly like to meet him. Do you know where he is?
Sorry, no idea, but he's gotta be somewhere around the island. His name is Yuzumi Kuchi. I'll give you his home address, so you might find him there.
Wow, thank you. This is invaluable information. This may be a bit out of nowhere, but you don't happen to know anything about mermaids, do you?
Huh? Mermaids?
Oh, so you do know something.
When you say mermaids, you mean mermaids, right? The mythical creatures?
Precisely, the very same. The rumor has it that this island houses some kind of secret connection to mermaids, but I haven't been able to ascertain whether it's true or not. So tell me, any mermaid secrets about?
Are you saying you really came all the way out here to look for mermaids?
More or less. So, any information you may have would be a huge help.
Sorry, I don't really have anything for you, but I do happen to be a little interested in mermaids myself.
Fantastic! Another fan entranced by the mysterious.
They say that eating the flesh of a mermaid will grant you immortality, right?
That's right. Could you perhaps be interested in immortality as well?
I guess so. Not for myself, though.
Oh? I get the feeling I think I'm starting to piece something together potentially.
So you mentioned that this island has some kind of connection to mermaids.
More than just a little interested, are you? Well, in fact, right here in Ise Bay, there used to be...
Wow, so mermaids used to live on this Taishima place. So you think there may still be some clues here in Kamishima that will lead you to the mermaids in Ryugu?
Nail on the head and right on the button.
Unfortunately, I can't say that I've heard of any mermaid stories on this island before.
A pity. So, you're an active armor diver then? Are there many young divers these days?
Not really. The younger generation doesn't really go for diving anymore. It just makes more sense to pursue higher education.
I see. It's a real shame to see such a long-standing tradition slowly fade away.
Well, it is quite dangerous after all. Can't really blame them for choosing safer options. Just the other day, I heard 2 armor divers went missing around Toba.
Oh. Speaking of which, did we ever find out what happened to the other diver? I don't think we did.
Speaking of armor divers, I heard armor divers have a legend that if you go diving around here, there's a chance that Tomokazuki might emerge from the depths.
Serious, enough of the ghost stories! Please!
You sure know a lot, don't you? You're right, it's a well-known legend. Not that I've seen with my own eyes or anything. Don't know anyone else who has either. Huh. Maybe your Seiman and Domon symbols have kept you safe. How those? I don't have any. I don't really go in for superstitions like that. Are you really okay without them? I think it's no more than an old tradition meant to remind us not to forget our gratitude and respect towards the sea. All those old-fashioned rules and traditions, don't you think it's about time for reform? Isn't free diving close to a Shinto ritual in spirit? Isn't showing reverence and offerings to the sea god crucial? Hell, you're pretty devout for a foreigner. I'm impressed. But, you know, I believe exactly because of tedious customs like that that young people are losing interest in diving. We should keep up with the times, otherwise there's no way this tradition will survive.
Well, now, that's a very level-headed thinking.
Maybe it's because I'm part of the so-called new generation. Some people don't like my attitude, but I get the job done. Some of the young divers go to high school on the mainland and then work as AMA divers when they return home. I guess there's also that guy that just started working as an AMA here. I saw him earlier.
I didn't realize men could become armor divers too.
It's not like it's forbidden. It is pretty rare, though. This is the first time I've ever seen it happen. He's actually Mermaid Kuchi's son, the woman you were asking about earlier.
Interesting. By the way, you won't happen to know why everyone is frantically dodging our questions about Mermaid Kuchi, would you? Was she such a terrible person?
It's something people don't usually like to talk about. She didn't fit in much with the other Islanders. No one really knew much about her either. Why are you so interested in her anyway?
Well, this is kind of a secret, but it seems that Mermaid Kuchi had some sort of connection to the mermaids.
Huh? You don't say? I see. So that's why.
Oh, did you remember something?
Not really. It's just... I always thought she seemed a little off. Almost as though she wasn't actually human.
So you're saying Mare may not have been human at all? That she was actually a mermaid?
Huh? No way. I was just joking.
We know now that she wasn't a mermaid. She wasn't. But she did manage to find a way of making Yuza an immortal.
She's kind of weird, sure, but a mermaid? That's a bit far-fetched, don't you think?
Right. What do you have? Oh. Why do I feel the sun urge to go to the jetty earlier? Thanks to that, we ended up running into Kikuko. I like that the player is now influencing events. I do like that we're just completely influencing things now on our own. Come to think of it, I completely forgot about the steel-tied mirror that Ikoma told us to look for. Guess I'll try my luck and ask. Do you know about a mirror? Oh, right, I just remembered. There's a particular mirror on this island that we're looking for. Do you happen to know anything about that?
A mirror, you say? Well, well, you come to the right woman.
Oh, you know it. Luck's finally on our side.
It could be that you're talking about this.
No, no.
Ta-da!
Goodness, that's the cutest lip mirror I've ever seen.
This is the famous Kameshi souvenir. The Kameshi Maru hand mirror. I had no idea it became so famous.
No way. Could this be the steel-tied mirror?
Sir, definitely not.
Right.
Oh, it's the one you're after? Oh, well, since you seem to have taken a liking to it, I'd still love to let you have it. Consider it a memento of our meeting today.
What? Really? Lucky me.
No.
Actually, I changed my mind. I don't need it after all.
Sure, it's free, you know.
No, I don't want that shit. Get it away from me. Well, when you put a No! No, I am sure. I absolutely decline.
Okay, sure. If you feel that strongly about it, I won't press you.
Anyway, what we're looking for is actually a bronze mirror. I don't trust you for a damn second, Kikuko. Absolutely not. I am absolutely not taking that mirror. Fuck off.
Bronze mirror? You mean the type you'd see in a history book?
Yeah. Probably. Something like that.
No, I can't say I know nothing about that.
Shame. I ain't taking shit. The thing about Mermaid Kuchi's son is huge. That alone was worth coming here for. I ain't taking shit.
Never heard anything about bronze mirror on this island. Oh, that reminds me. I caught a glimpse of something inside your bag earlier. Was that by chance the Tamate Bako?
What?
Sorry, I just happened to notice. And judging by your reaction, I'd say I'm right.
Damn it, I didn't think that'd be noticeable.
A glimpse of him should have given away that it was Tamate Bako. My initial guess was just a bluff, but Ali's reaction confirmed it.
Serious, I'm sorry. Her demeanor shifted the instant she realized I had the Tamate Bako. Dang it, could she be after it too? Kikuko, why the interest in the Tamate Bako?
It's some kind of ancient mermaid treasure, right?
Ma, you're very well informed.
Would you be willing to hand it over to me? I'll make sure it's worth your while.
Ah,
You see, I know someone who's ridiculously rich and in search of eternal life. They'd be willing to pay a small fortune for that thing. They'll offer her the kind of money you probably only get to see once in a lifetime. So, what do you say?
Whoa, 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 slow down.
Avi? Much more than some third-rate ride like yourself could earn in a lifetime. I don't know what you could possibly need Tom Tobacco for anyway, but wouldn't you like to move up in the world?
I believe I understand your offer, Kikuko. But my answer is no. Not a chance. No way, no how. It's never been about money. It's about the thrill, the adventure.
Adventure?
Exactly. Embarking on a journey to unravel the secret of the mermaid's immortality. What better adventure could a man ask for? You may call me a romantic, and that's what I am. An adventurer at heart.
You've totally lost me. You're throwing this chance away for some childish adventure?
You want to understand? I put my life on the line to find a mermaid. I'm not handing over the box.
I see. Seems like there's no reason I'm with you. It'd be so much easier if you had it.
Huh?
How'd you have to refuse the mirror? This would have been so much easier.
Yeah? Oh, the mirror. I don't know. Just felt like the right thing to do. Why do you ask?
Are things not going as planned?
I'm not sure what's going on, but I feel like we might have just narrowly escaped danger. Sounds like if we had that mirror on us, she would have been able to steal the Tamate Bako. I'd like to get more information out of her, but it seems as though she's plotting something.
I'm not gonna fall for it, you son of a bitch! You piece of shit!
Let's talk. So, why don't you enlighten us? Who told you about the Tamate Bako?
Who knows? I think you'll get out of me with that attitude.
She still hasn't given up on the Tamate Bako. The thing that worries me is that there is still her other condition. The conditions for the curse of the Heika, it's both the hand mirror and something else. We don't know exactly what it is yet, though. What? Huh? Why can I throw it away? What?
God, throw away the Tamate Bako.
What? What?
What do you mean?
What's the other condition, though? Apparently, there was a second condition that allowed her to attack Tsukasa in the first ending. But what was it? What was the other condition? What would the other condition been? I'm trying to think, what does Tsukasa have that could have allowed it? Like, what is something unique about Tsukasa that she had on her at the time? Does it have something to do with the fact that it was mentioned that all women would be killed? Does it have something to do with maybe being Amadiver? Because again, remember, the other people we saw got killed were Suyu and Chie. They're both Amadivers. Now, they could have also had the mirror, yes, but...
I've got a bad feeling about the way she's looking at us now. So this is on high alert. The supernatural may be involved here.
Avi, focus. I need you to listen to me, but without taking your eyes off Kiko.
Huh? Oh, I got it.
I'm pretty sure she has a curse zone.
What?
What's this all about? I couldn't tell right away, but because it was masked by the heavy veil of curse energy that's all over the island, but... on closer inspection, the curse stone's aura is impossible to conceal. Huh? Sorry, I don't know what you're talking about.
What if the condition to activate her curse was holding on to one of those mirrors? Then we can relax, right? The condition isn't met.
Well, only if the mirror was all there is to it. As long as we don't know for sure what that condition is, we need to stay on high alert. I got a bad feeling about this. Maybe we should retreat.
Even if we did, we'd always be looking over our shoulders, afraid she might come after us.
We need to get her to surrender somehow. Ideally, we take away her curse stone, too.
Hey, Kikiko, I'm gonna let you in on a little secret.
Yeah?
Ta-da! What are the odds? Turns out we both got curse stones. This one's called the Curse of the Forsaken Fish. When its conditions are met, it transforms you into a fish and kills you. Pretty messed up, huh?
What? Avi, are you sure?
You were planning to use your curse stone on us to steal the Tamate Baka, weren't you? But your curse stone requires us to have one of those hand mirrors, am I right? On the other hand, I can use my curse on you whenever I so please.
You're bluffing. Your curse stone must have a condition too.
Yeah? Who's to say it hasn't already been met? Now, cease your scheming and tell us what you know.
You want to play games? I can play games too. Tell me, or you get turned to fish. Tell me.
Really had resolve to kill someone with a curse stone.
Yeah. Well, I'm not exactly keen on it, but I am prepared to defend my life if necessary.
Really? I wasn't expecting that from such a kind gentleman. You look like you wouldn't hurt a fly.
Indeed, my heart is pure. But trust me, I'm quite capable. Experience has hardened my resolve.
You're saying you've actually used it before.
At this point, what difference does one more death really to the tally make? My hands are already stained.
Damn, so you're a proper criminal. Maybe I should report you to the cops.
Be my guest. Which is faster, my curse or your phone call?
What about your lady friend? Well, are you okay with this? I'm afraid there's no restraining Avi. I've very much given up on it at this point. So it'd be great if you could just give up and hand over the curse stone. What the fuck is this? You guys are absolutely insane.
Oh, come on now. I think we can agree that we both have our issues. Good. We're at stalemate. Now I can try to extract some more information out of her. Good job, CS, making her believe I've lost it. Very convincing. Actually, maybe a little too convincing. Does she really think that I'm crazy? Whatever. I got more important things to focus on now. Alright, let's talk, shall we? So what kind of curse do you possess?
Dunno. Don't care.
Come on now, not even a hint.
On the other hand, I've laid out pretty much all of our cards on the table already.
Huh? What are you talking about? Who would do such a reckless thing? Alright, look. Seems like you're just as dead set on the Tamate Bako as I am. This standoff won't get us anywhere. Why don't you tell us your motivation? Maybe we'll be able to find a compromise.
Compromise?
Say, for example, if granting your wish would stir the spirit of adventure within me. I cannot hand over the Tamate Bako, but perhaps I'd be willing to let you borrow its power for immortality.
I got no romantic tale for you. I told you, I just want to get that rich person what he's looking for so he can see how important I am to him. That's all there is to it.
Oh, important you say? How is that?
Because I'm his illegitimate child.
Aha! Ugh.
I simply refuse to admit it. Whatever I do, he won't even acknowledge my existence.
You're the child of, Are you the child of Yamashina? The illegitimate?
I mean, just look at me. I must be a disgrace in his eyes. But a woman like me shouldn't be wasting her life away on some backwater island. I was born to noble blood. I wasn't meant to rot in this miserable place. He cast me aside and refused to even acknowledge my existence. It's humiliating.
So your father's some rich man?
Yeah, there's hardly anyone in Isashima who doesn't know the name Yoshiatsu Yamashina. It's a noble bloodline stretching back centuries, and here I am stuck in this wretched life.
Yamashina, eh?
I've done everything in my power to earn his recognition. I gave it all to make it in the big city, and for what? Nothing I tried worked out. In the end, I had to come crawling back to this island trying to make ends meet as an armor diver. I still kept telling myself someday, somehow.
I see. So you figured that since Yamashina is seeking immortality, you could leverage the box to get what you want at the same time.
Yeah, I was used to work at this small company. The young CEO of the place is basically Yamashina's protege. Guess he felt sorry for me, so he let slip that Yamashina was after immortality.
Interesting. And was he the one who told you about the curse stone in Tamatebako as well?
Yeah. Since even Yamashina doesn't know about this, he suggests that I use it to my advantage and take the credit. He gave me the curse stone and told me to use it wisely. Originally, I planned on offering something different to Yamashina, but now that I've got a chance for the Tamatebako, that's my best option.
Oh, how intriguing. So, you want to trade the Tamatebako for Yamashina's recognition?
That's right. See? I knew we were never going to find a compromise.
True, it's a compelling story, but it's missing a certain adventurous allure.
The company president you mentioned, how come he knew about the Tamatebako and the curse stone?
It's him, isn't it? It's Kipe Koma.
Just who exactly is he? I was wondering the same thing.
I was wondering the same thing.
Of course you are. He's an incredible person after all. Mr. Kipe
Yeah! I'd call it right before it got revealed.
Mr. Kipe Koma's an amazing man. Thanks to him, I got a chance to make my dream come true. Oh,
Did you just say Koma? Let's talk. Kipe Koma, you say, from Solid Planning?
huh? You know Mr. Ikoma?
Indeed, just met him the other day. In fact, I even got his business card.
Huh? You have Mr. Ikoma's business card? Wait, that business card you took out earlier was his.
That's right. Want to see it?
No, it's fine. You hold on to that.
Oh, no!
That's it!
Huh?
What? A curse echo.
Guys, did we mess up? Not good. Not good!
Why? You have Mr. Ikoma's business card. The conditions have been met. So why?
Yikes, I thought I was done for.
You were. I'm sorry. All I can do is delay the curse. I can't dispel it. It's going to take effect in about 1 minute, so you need to do something before then.
Huh, like what?
The curse is spelled by eliminating its caster. What comes next is up to you.
Eliminate? Why do I have to keep doing this? Shove. Damn it, I refuse to die here. What the?
What's with you?
It's time. Become as fish. Become as fish. 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 She deserved it.
I retrieved the curse stone from the ocean.
She deserved it, okay? Become as fish. Become as fish.
Are you right, Avi?
Well, I barely made it out alive, but I can't say I feel particularly good about it. So it had come to this. No turning back now, it seems.
This is what happens when you deal with curses. They might turn back on you at any moment. You should be prepared for that.
Understood. So, what about the curse stone? What's it like?
Yeah, about that.
A bronze mirror.
That's right. A palm-sized bronze hand mirror.
Wait, don't tell me that steel-tied mirror was actually a curse stone all along.
The curse stone's resentful memory doesn't seem to indicate anything like that.
So this curse stone had a resentful memory too, eh? What did you learn?
There's so much information, it's hard to make sense of it. Here, take a look for yourself.
Don't just toss at me like that. It's a curse stone, not a baseball.
So you're not gonna look?
Of course I am. Give it to me. Let's see. Here we go. Oh, so this is the real deal, huh? Oh, a mermaid. There's a mermaid in it. All right, let's learn. The Curse of Tomoshige. A curse born from Taira no Tomoshige's feelings of malice and resentment when he was struck down 800 years ago following the fall of the Taira clan. Part of the clan's main lineage, Tomoshige had been seeking mermaid flesh in a bid to attain immortality with the goal of eventually reviving the Taira clan, but was killed before realizing his dream. The curse uses a specific symbol as its target, and kills those who carry that symbol within the area specified by the user
by the user by cleaving them in two. Its effective range is several hundred meters. So that's what the effect is. It's not that it's mirrors or anything like that. In order to make the curse work, it has to have Tomoshige's symbol. It has to have that specific symbol. That's why she said to keep the card. I'm going to do something that's probably going to ruin stuff. But I need to know. I need to know what'll happen. Desperately. We're going to the story chart. And we're doing this chapter over again. This time we're going to do a little something different. Obviously, we're not going to accept the mirror, but we're also going to get rid of the card. And let's see what that does. I need to make sure that I don't show off the business card. Mermaids. After every discussion, I'm going to check if I can throw away the card. Nope. I should have realized something was off when it allowed me to do that. When it said, like, you can throw away cards, by the way. It's like, what do you mean I can think about I can throw away cards? I am gonna check all this again, just in case. I know that I probably shouldn't do it right now, like I should have gone through with it, but I'm way too curious to not do it now. I'm sincerely way too curious. Every single time I finish a conversation block, I need to know. All right, I have to look at that. Keep your stupid mirror away from me. Keep it away. What? Oh, you actually have to, like, pull it out in front of her. Alright, later card. Let's see why I should get rid of it. No! Let me toss it! Damn it! Damn it! Let me toss it! Please! Let me toss this. Let me toss this. Dame tobacco. Oh yeah, I have to talk to Circe now. Toss it! I can't say why, but I've got a bad feeling about this business card. Yes! I'll just sneakily toss it. Later! Alright, I don't think anyone knows. So, let's talk. I have a fish! Alright.
let's get through this. Now, she can't actually curse me. You foolish.
What on earth? Feels like the air completely shifted. Even the waves look heavy with tension. Caesar's on high alert. The supernatural may be involved here. I got a bad feeling about the way she's looking at us now.
Let's talk about Coma.
Kibe
Akoma, you say, from solar planning.
Huh? You know Mr. Akoma?
Indeed, just met him the other day. In fact, I even got his business card.
You have Mr. Akoma's business card.
Oh, never mind. My bad, my bad. I must have lifted it at the inn.
Can't believe this.
Ha! See us?
What is it?
I figured it out. The condition.
Really? What is it?
Yeah, it's right there! It was hidden on the hand mirror all along. See that symbol over there? I just couldn't shake the feeling I'd seen before. And sure enough, Ikoma's business card had the same symbol on it.
Oh, you're right.
This mirror is suspicious, and a business card with the same symbol as that suspicious hand mirror is equally suspicious. Simple as that.
So that's why you threw the car away earlier.
Oh, you noticed?
Either way,
Seeing Kikuko's reaction to hearing we had one of his business cards told me everything I need to know.
So,
enough of the whispering already.
The jig is up, young lady. The condition for your curse is the mysterious symbol inscribed on both the hand mirror and the business card. You see? We have nothing more to fear. Sears, your turn.
Apologies, I'm gonna have to be a bit rough. You may experience after effects.
see ya. Nighty-night. Loser. And so, we managed to apprehend Kikuko Tsutsui. Apparently, Circe's buying spell weakens those untrained in the spiritual arts and causes them to fall into a dazed, almost intoxicated state. Before losing consciousness, Kikuko quietly surrendered and handed over the curse stone. Fortunately, it seems she really knew nothing more about mermaids after all. She didn't have any idea how Ikoma came into possession of a curse stone either. To ensure she couldn't interfere any further, we restrained her at her home and made sure she would remain asleep for the time being. Ha ha! Much later that very night, we learned that Kiko had planned to massacre the island's residents using the hand mirrors she distributed. By sheer coincidence, our actions had also prevented a mass slaughter. I'm a hero! Without really intending to! So about the curse stone, what's it like?
Yeah, about that.
Oh, now we get to this part again.
That's alright. A palm-sized bronze hand mirror.
Wait, don't tell me it's still yeah. Let me look. Let me see the curse. Mermaid.
Now, I know I didn't read the other thing before. What was it? Biography of Tomoshige. Taira no Tomoshige's early life. Taira no Tomoshige was born as the son of Taira no Kiyomori's younger brother, Yorimori, in the latter half of the Heian period at the height of the Taira clan's power. Although his father Yorimori was the only child born of the official wife of Taira no Tadamori, part of the main lineage of the Taira clan, he maintained a deferential attitude towards Kiyomori, a stance that made Tomoshige regard him with contempt and fueled his ambition to one day stand at the head of the Taira clan. He also believed himself to be the rightful heir of Nukemaru, a famous sword that his father had inherited as part of his birthright. Sato, the girl from Kusawa village. At around the same time, Sato was living a simple life in Kusawa village, the place of her birth. One day she happened to encounter a visiting onmyoji and was offered the chance to work at the Bureau of Onmyo in Kyoto. Sato readily accepted, having always felt out of place in the village due to her faint spirit sense, and left Kusawa to work in the Bureau of Onmyo as a maidservant. At the end of a certain year, Taira no Kiyomori's daughter, Noriko, gave birth to the imperial prince. Although Tomoshige visited the palace with his father to celebrate the birth, he soon grew bored with the proceedings and left, only to encounter Sato, who was attending to odd jobs nearby. Tomoshige was intrigued by Sato, who made no attempts to crave favor with him, and whose thoughts he found difficult to read, and he frequently visited her from then on.
Now yet having an official wife, it was not uncommon for Tomoshige to spend his time on dalliances with women, with Sato being the latest among them. However, as their interactions continued, he found himself becoming particularly drawn to her. He eventually had a pair of bronze hand mirrors made and gifted one to her, telling her to carry it with her at all times as a sign of their vow to each other. So interesting. So Tomoshige actually liked Sato. The fall of the Taira clan. In 1185, the Taira clan was defeated at the Battle of Dan no Ura, spelling its ruin. Tomoshige, who had fled from place to place as if to desperately avert his eyes from the Taira clan's decline, ultimately did not participate in the decisive battle at Dan no Ura, and came to know of the Taira clan's downfall while he was lying low in a remote village in Ise with Sato. Although initially terrified of being hunted down by soldiers of the Minamoto clan, Tomoshige regained his senses upon seeing Sato's unbroken composure. Now believing that it lay with him to restore the Taira clan as one of its sole survivors, he swore an oath to his fallen clan that he would see it rise again one day. Tomoshige's resolve. With survivors of the Taira clan being hunted down across the country, Tomoshige continued to search for a way to turn the situation to his advantage. In the process, he suddenly remembered a box that his grandfather Tadamori had left with the family, a tamatebako proffered by a fisherman that was said to contain the flesh of a mermaid. Although Tadamori had refused to accept it, a member of the clan had secretly hidden it in a storehouse back in their homeland. It was said that eating mermaid flesh would grant eternal life to whoever ate it. However, legend also had it that the meat was highly poisonous, with even a small bite being fatal. No one had wanted to eat it as a result, and it had ended up forgotten as the years went by. Believing that dying due to poison would hardly be any different from their fate if they were caught and killed, Tomoshige located the tamatebako and pried open the lid. However, all that was inside was a dried sliver of meat, so shriveled as to resemble a splint of wood. Dubious, Tomoshige pushed his misgivings aside and ate the meat, but felt no different than before. Believing that long years had robbed the meat of its power, and seeing the tamatebako as his only clue to find a mermaid, he boarded a small boat with Sato and set out to sea. Encounter with a mermaid. Believing that a mermaid would surely come to reclaim the tamatebako if it was truly linked to them in some way, Tomoshige continued to row the small boat into the Sea of Ise. At the time, he was clad from head to toe in the armor of a warrior, and had with him the famed sword Nukemaru, an heirloom he had seized from his father Yorimori, whom he had scorned as a disgrace to their clan. Sato, meanwhile, wore only a light kimono. After they rode for a while, a sudden mist descended over the sea around them, obscuring their surroundings. As Tomoshige and Sato looked around fearfully, they heard a small splash. Turning to look, the two guessed that they saw what appeared to be a human hand reach up from the water before grabbing onto the boat's edge. In a rush of water, a being with human features from the waist up and fish-like features from the waist down emerged from the sea. A mermaid. Climbing into the boat, the mermaid screamed for them to give back the box before suddenly lunging at them. Too stunned to think clearly, Tomoshige drew his sword and slashed at the mermaid. There was a dull sound of a blade slicing through flesh, and the mermaid let out a piercing cry before diving back into the water and fleeing the area. Still trying to process the sudden turn of events, Tomoshige glanced down and caught sight of a small piece of the mermaid's tail, apparently severed by his previous blow, lying in a pool of blood. He picked it up, only to find that it continued to twitch even as he held it. Finding himself too disgusted to try eating it immediately, he decided to stow it away in the tamatebako for the present. However, after some hesitation, he forced Sato to eat it despite her protest. They waited a while, but no change seemed to overcome her. Tomoshige's death. Thinking that the amount of mermaid flesh simply hadn't been enough, Tomoshige made to pursue the mermaid, but as he did, he noticed the mist around them had cleared. As the two looked around, they realized that their small boat was surrounded by ships belonging to a band hunting down the remnants of the Taira clan. Alarmed, they tried to flee, but with their attackers pressing in on them from all sides, were unable to find any means of escape. Amidst the chaos, Sato was struck in the head by an arrow and fell into the sea. Tomoshige, still determined to retaliate, continued to fretfully resist with his sword. However, he was vastly outnumbered, and, unable to break through his attacker's ranks, was ultimately cut down in a single stroke. On the brink of death, Tomoshige's gaze fell on the crest worn by his pursuers. Consumed by bitter regret at his failure to restore his clan, he directed the full brunt of his resentment toward these symbols as he sank beneath the waves, cursing his enemies and clinging to his vindictive hatred to the very end. Interesting. So, we finally know more about Tomoshige and the curse, and now Kikuko is now finally out of the picture.
So, this is the curse of Taira no Tomoshige that grew over 800 long years.
Taira no Tomoshige. Never heard of him.
He wasn't exactly what you call a historically important figure, even within the Heika.
Seems that he sought out the mermaid's power of immortality to restore the Heika, but as a result, his pursuit ended in failure. That resentment, it must have dwelled within Tomoshige's bronze mirror, eventually turning it into a curse stone.
Most likely. Kiko mentioned she got her curse stone from Ikoma, right?
Exactly. To think that slippery snake was sneaky enough to put the curse markers on his own business cards. That Ikoma guy's seriously dangerous. That was way too close.
Good thing we're cautious, especially since it seems he's after the Tamatebako too.
But now he's screwed. He can't get Sato easily. He can't kill everyone on the island anymore. Yeah, seems like working without him turned out to be the right call.
Although he may grow suspicious if he can't contact Kikuko anymore. Considering he's after Tamatebako, there's a chance he might still chase after us.
The question I have is, do you think he has another curse stone, one that we have not yet seen? I mean, there are possibly an endless number of curse stones that could exist in the world. And we already know that a bunch of them existed because of a mystery of Honjo. Who's to say that another one doesn't exist that he's just got his hands on? One that he keeps for personal use. We need to keep our guard up. I think it's safe to assume he already knows about Miss Somikawa and the Tamatebako.
I do wonder why he told us to go look for the still-tied mirror too.
Well, it's not this mirror, and we've got no reason to follow his orders anyway. I'd rather try and find more about the mermaid as soon as possible.
You're right. We didn't learn anything from Kikuko.
It looks like we got no choice but to continue our investigation of the island, shall we?
It feels good having put that psycho in her place.
But would you hold on for a moment? Who?
Oh, I know that color.
Huh? Someone's there. Hello. You. Not good.
Obsession. Well, I think I'm going to go ahead and end it here for today. I know it's a short stream, but I also got food that I want to get, so I'm going to get that. Thank you all so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Hope to see you all later. Peace.